Spread your love. And hear what I'm saying now. Spread your love. And hear what I'm saying now. Spread your love. Spread your love.
Good morning. Hopefully you guys are doing good this morning. My name is Manele Muli and welcome to the Vooka Breakfast Show. Every day we inspire, we motivate, and we bring you that morning fresh vibe so that you can get your energetic start to the day. And part of our rituals every single day is to give you a picture of the day. And you'll see that this week it has been a theme around malls. And this week we're going to be covering Tabani Mall, which is a mall that is located in Thohoyandou. So when it comes to the mall, Tabani Mall is a landmark shopping destination in Thohoyandou, Limpopo, celebrated as a region's first fully enclosed double-story mall strategically located along the R524. It offers easy access for both locals and visitors traveling between Louis Trichardt and Panda Maria. With over 130 stores, including anchor tenants like Woolworths, Pick n Pay, Edgar's, and Super Spar, the mall blends convenience with style. Its modern architecture, spacious layouts, vibrant atmosphere make it a popular spot for retail therapy, casual dining, and social gatherings. So beyond shopping, Tabani Mall serves as a community hub, hosting events and offering family and amenities such as baby changing rooms, disabled parking, and ample seating areas. The mall has restaurants and fast food outlets that cater to a diverse palette of taste and people that enjoy food. While it's clean, it facilitates welcoming staff and other people that can enjoy the mall as a whole. So locals often praise it as a place where you can run errands, meet friends, and enjoy a relaxed outing under one roof. So if you're looking for an epic shopping destination, that is the mall for you to go to. But if you're looking for a travel tour, then check out Topical Tours for you to get around.
Escape the ordinary and discover the extraordinary with Topical Tours. Whether you're a group of friends or a family looking for a memorable getaway, Topical Tours has you covered. Our all-inclusive tours take you to South Africa's most stunning destinations, from the scenic beauty of Mpumalanga to the vibrant life of Gauteng and the coastal charm of Durban.
Well, yeah, shopping blossom memory. Yes.
Wow!
You wish it was you. This is Ted, the Wild Irish Comedian. You're watching Vooka Breakfast Show. Tune in every morning, Monday to Friday.
Vooka Nation, and of course we're about to start your morning with what's going on in the world with your news update. And on your first news update, the US Congress plans sanctions against ANC leadership. The US Congress is reviewing a bill that could sanction ANC leaders due to South Africa's strong ties with Russia, China, and Hamas, as well as its illegal challenge against Israel. The House Foreign Affairs Committee approved the bill, citing deteriorating US-South Africa relations. However, not all members support the move. Representative Gregory Meeks criticized the decision, calling it hypocritical. And of course, now in your next news headline, assessing Ramaphosa's leadership performance. President Cyril Ramaphosa has dismissed the higher education minister and suspended the Gauteng director of public prosecutions. While these steps signal action, critics argue he's been too hesitant in making firm decisions. His reliance on commissions of inquiry continues to draw public scrutiny, with many calling for more direct and timely interventions. And in your last news headline, MK Party challenges lawfulness of Mkhunu's leave. The MK Party has taken President Ramaphosa to the Constitutional Court, opposing his decision to place Police Minister Senzo Mkhunu on leave and appoint Professor Firoz Kacharia in his place. They also seek to nullify the Judicial Commission probing claims by Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. Constitutional expert Professor Pierre de Vos believes the challenge will fail, noting judges cannot investigate the judiciary. And of course, that's it from your news desk. Let's go over to your sports headline. And in your first sports headline, let's go over to your football news. Brighton striker Ferguson joins Roma on loan. Evan Ferguson, the 20-year-old Republic of Ireland striker, is set to join Roma as he seeks to revive his career following persistent injuries and a dip in form. Despite a standout 2022 to 2023 season and a PFA Young Player nomination, he struggled with only one goal since November 2023 and a limited playtime at West Ham. Brighton coach Fabian Herzler supports the move, calling it a chance for regular minutes and European football. Ferguson was recently seen engaging with Roma fans ahead of the Serie A switch. And of course, now in your rugby news, Premier Season 2 Open first Thursday night game. The newly rebranded Premier kicks off on Thursday, 25 September with Sale versus Gloucester under the lights. No Saturday match is scheduled to avoid clashing with the Women's Rugby World Cup final. The season ends on 21 June 2026 with fixtures including Gloucester versus Leicester in the Sister Cup at Villa Park and Saracens versus Northampton at Spurs Stadium in March. The Premier aims to attract young fans with marquee events and midweek openers, mirroring changes in the Six Nations. And now, in your other football news, SAFA urged to grant training and development fees for amateur players. SAFA NEC member and Dube Continental's owner, Mohori, is calling for urgent clarity and enforcement around unpaid training compensation and solidarity fees owed to grassroots clubs and academies like SOE and RISA. These fees reward clubs that develop young talent, but professional teams are failing to comply. Mohori urges SAFA and the PSL to resolve the issue and ensure amateur teams benefit properly as required by SAFA's transfer rules. And of course, now that's it from your news and sports desk. Stay tuned throughout the show as we will give you more updates. And of course, do engage with us using the number 060-493-3226 and share your opinions on these and other headlines. And now, if you are on the roads, here is your traffic update. Heading north on N1, heads up. There's a stationary vehicle near New Road with the left lane being closed. Expect delays in that area, so you might want to plan a detour or pack a little extra patience this morning. Good news on the N3 southbound. If you're cruising through the Buccleuch interchange, things are all clear. So that earlier obstruction is gone and traffic is free-flowing like your Thursday mood. And of course, now if you do happen to be on the roads, do share your traffic update using the hashtags Vooka Breakfast Show and Vooka Traffic, or send us a voice note using the number 060-493-3226. Stay tuned because we have your daily dose of positivity for that energetic start of the day in store just for you.
Hey family.
Hi.
My name is Tisiga Mazbugo Shabalala.
My name is Muketi Maimane.
My name is Musi Miss.
My name is Ketua Ketumgunu.
On the Vooka
Breakfast Show.
Every weekdays from 7 a.m.
to 10 a.m.
This is where we are going to have our topical discussion featuring various experts from different fields.
We're going to take care of you and it's going to be amazing, man. Right now I'm on the set of the Vooka Breakfast Show brought to you by the Blink-On Network.
Do not forget to subscribe.
That's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms.
Vooka.
See you there.
Well, yeah, Super Blossom made me. Yes.
Wow. It is, of course, a lovely Thursday morning, the 24th of July, 2025. And we're coming to you live from the heart of Dobsonville. There we go. There we go. I see you, TC. I see you. I was also about to wonder what's happening, Chief.
I can't hear
Are the
that,
things not
Chief.
doing the things that need to be did it,
Eish.
not to be done. Wanakokhaya, welcome. Welcome. The time right about now is 21 minutes after the hour, 7 o'clock, like I just said a second ago, on the 24th of July, 2025. And if you've just tuned in, you literally just walked in and you've just joined us. Look, you are absolutely right on time. You're on schedule to catch your absolute favorite rendezvous. This is where radio meets TV. Only and exclusively on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network, man. And you know that you're always hanging out with me, the one and only MOOCEE Mist. My name is Musi Mist, and like I said, to what should by now on the 107th, right? 107th episode. Come on, 108th, because Monday was 5. So 5, 6, 7, 108th. Yes, sir. On the 108th episode, 3-digit number episode. I'm so happy to say that. I've been so excited and I've been looking forward to it. So welcome to you who's always been spending some time with us. But of course, I know that and I recognize and I take cognizance that there are a few of you who might be joining us for the first time. You're also welcome. Come in, spend some time with us, hang out with us, and you are welcome as well. Now you are part of the Vooka Nation, you're part of the team, and we're always going to be giving you your daily dose of positivity that is accompanied by an energetic start to the day. You know that you're always hanging out with me, like I said, right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network. Always spending some quality time together so that we can have a great energy exchange. And I'm not alone. I will never ever be alone, you know. And one of the people who will always be hanging out with me, or who are always hanging out with me, is the one and only UTC Kamazibugu Shavalar.
Yes.
Is it right?
Yes.
I always have to take a second.
Oh yeah, man. I know, man. Them double barrel surnames.
I always
sometimes.
I always have to take a second to not get it wrong and say the correct thing.
Yeah,
I will tell you, I'm gonna welcome back the purple hair. Right? Because the last time, you know why I'm saying that. The last time, I think it was 2 weeks ago, if not 3, something like that. Remember when we had electricity issues and stuff, and Ubanele was it was a Thursday, and then he was just recapping and going over some of the episodes and how we run the show and stuff like that, right? And one of the episodes he reviewed, I think it was I commented on it, I remember, and you were doing traffic. You were standing there by the screen and you were doing traffic. So what I commented on was the picture behind.
Okay.
And I was telling Manel, I loved that picture, it gave traffic.
Yeah.
And on that episode you remember the first few episodes you were doing the purple hair. So welcome back to the purple hair, man. It deserves a young okay, I'll bring it back. I'll make sure. No, don't worry, Chief. You have Musi Mist.
You'll wake up the equipment.
Yeah. Because it's still slumbering out here. But man, you look good. It suits you, man. You should work it. You should work it a bit more. So I'm making my way here to work in the morning, and it's looking quite good on the side of the weather. I'm not complaining too much about the weather, and I'm happy. The winter is not as bad as I thought it would be. The winter is not as bad as I thought it would be. I don't know about you. What are your thoughts? Yeah.
Well, it's. Hey, I can't comment. I mean, I've been in the dark, in the cold.
All right, I remember you
since
mentioned
Saturday. So, I'm not yes. So for me,
okay, I see you.
It's a cold, dark world for me, but of course,
there we go. Yes,
look
sir.
At that, Sivugile,
Yeah, we're
eventually.
awake now. We are.
Finally,
We are.
Sivugile, Vooka Nation. And of course, I'm happy to be with you on this throwback spiritual alignment Thursday, man, where we look back to look forward to the weekend.
Yeah.
And of course, it's your morning brew, the morning boost to the start of your day.
Yeah.
Right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. And of course, one of the people that, make sure that your world is not cold and dark is myself, UTC Gamazibugo Shabalala, your prime creative and positivity dose of the day. Musi, these mornings, man. I mean, of course, apart from, the general wah of
Yeah.
my mornings and
Yeah.
whatever's going on with me, but I mean, they are. We were commenting, myself and someone the other day, Guti, it's getting a little bit warmer, and of course, the mornings, the sun is rising a little bit earlier, obviously showing that it's making its trip, back,
Yes, definitely.
For warmer days.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. And since it's been winter, I know the time we were taking time for ourselves, with the cold, hunkering down, layering up. But now it's time to take off those layers, man. It's time.
I don't think it's time. No, Chief, Chief.
Okay, well, it's almost time to take off those layers.
Can I tell you?
So
I think
preparing
we're about 3 months away. Because this is the dead of winter. It's July. It's the second month of winter, right? And I was listening to you. It's just that Getswafilo type. I think was it yesterday, if not on Monday, when you and Mo were like talking about the months and what months do the seasons fall in or under, right? And so June, July, August is dead winter by what we were taught, if memory serves well. And I stand to be corrected, right? But June, July, August is winter. And then September, October, November is the introduction of spring. September, October, November. Then December, January, February is summer. That's how hot chase I saw.
Okay.
Yeah, and then March, April, May is autumn, the fall.
Okay.
For us anyway, in the southern hemisphere, or right in the southern hemisphere, or in the
we are in the southern
east south,
hemisphere.
something like that. Yeah.
According
So
to the map
I mean,
that we currently use.
I mean, so yeah, man. For me, hey, look, it's still cold, but surprisingly enough, I'm not complaining as much as I thought I would. Surprisingly enough, I'm not complaining as much as I thought I would, and I'm happy about that. The winter season is behaving, at least somewhat. Because I'm making my way here and I'm like, okay, it's not as, I thought I'd be, hey, Chief, layering and layering. I mean, I am layered, but not to the extreme.
Yeah.
It's not as drastic as I thought it would be. So I'm excited about that and I'm happy about that, man. At least winter is, but look, I might be talking too early, so I don't want to jinx it. You understand? I don't want to jinx and the snows that we last year.
And Izolo, like Tepi song had rain, bro.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, Jengoba, it was overcast.
I mean, it was overcast. Yeah, I mean, since last week.
And then we were out there at Tatezonke. Is it Tatezako? What is it? Tatezako.
Okay.
Yeah, Tatezako Primary School.
Yeah, I know Tatezako.
Yeah, so we were right out there. It looked like it pitter-pattered a little.
Yeah.
Drizzled,
So,
but nothing serious.
I mean, I'm seeing here on my phone, it just gave me a notification. It's just that I removed it.
But in Tepisong, it rained, like rain.
Proper rain or like drizzle or spit.
Proper rain. It
Yeah,
was
yeah,
wet.
yeah.
The ground was wet. Like
No,
when
man.
I got there, by the time I got back home, the ground was still like wet. You
Yes.
could see.
Yes.
It rained.
Yeah. I
You could
mean,
smell the rain in the air.
I got a notification from my weather app here, and it said that it's rain, possible rain this afternoon. Something along those lines. So I'm hoping that it will be different moving forward.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
I think it might be a little bit like angazi, man. This weather these days is so unpredictable. 1 minute it's looking like it's gonna rain and it doesn't. It's just windy and cold the whole day. The next minute it's raining. The next minute it's flooding. The next minute we're having snow. So honestly, I don't know. The weather's become so unpredictable.
Chief, last year when I think it was June, July. Remember when snow fell and like roads were closed leading to Durban?
Yeah.
Leading to Durban. I was so happy that I wasn't working. I was in the house. And I stayed home the entirety of or the duration of the snow fall. Is that right?
Yeah.
When snow was falling, Chief, because I was like, how are people traveling? And people died. People lost their lives, man. I know, man. Botlhoko. Like, I don't play that game, Chief. I absolutely do not play that game. So, I would absolutely love to hear from you. What are your thoughts when it comes to the rainfall, man? Or get a rainfall, the weather, the cold weather, the cold weather that we're experiencing here, during this winter season. Would absolutely love to hear from that. So, you know what I want to do, because like TC said, we want to wake up this equipment of ours. So, very quickly, less than a minute or less than 2 minutes, let's just grab a cup of coffee. Just put on the kettle very, very quickly. And then you and I and TC and, of course, the rest of the team will see each other right after this. Very cool stuff. Hey, family.
Hi.
My name is Tisiga Mazbugo Shabalala.
My name is Moketi Maimane.
My name is Musi Mest.
My name is Ketumguni
On the Vooka
Breakfast Show.
Every weekdays from 7 a.m.
to 10 a.m.
This is where we are going to have our topical discussion featuring various experts from different fields.
We're going to take care of you and it's going to be amazing, man. Right now I'm on the set of the Vooka Breakfast Show brought to you by the Blinko Network.
Do not forget to subscribe.
That's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms.
Vooka.
See you there.
This is Ted, the Wild Irish Comedian. You're watching Vooka Breakfast Show. Tune in every morning, Monday to Friday. Well, yeah, shopping blossom memory. Yes.
Wow. Because it is a brand new Thursday, right? And you're not just listening, you're watching your favorite and essential part of your morning and to the day. This is the Vooka Breakfast Show brought to you by the Blinko Network. And of course, you're always spending some time, quality time with myself, the one and only MOOCEE, Mr. My name is Musi Mr. And if you've just tuned in, you've just literally walked in, you're right on time, right on schedule to catch your favorite rendezvous, or what should by now, 108 episodes in, should be your absolute favorite rendezvous. And this is where we give you your daily dose of positivity that is accompanied by an energetic start to the day every weekday morning, Monday to Friday, taking such good care of you between the hours of 7 and 10, where radio meets TV only and exclusively on the Vooka Breakfast Show brought to you by the Blinko Network. Look, on this show, we don't just talk. We aim to have bold conversations, right, with industry professionals and discussions that shift mindsets and content that is truly all-encompassing, compelling, and of course, thought-provoking. Look, let's get ready to align our spirits as we open the show, and then we dive deep into the silver screen, man. Because, sometimes on Thursdays, I do give you a movie review, man, or like just 1 or 2 movie recaps, of course. And then lastly, we are going to be diving into the world of headlines like TC gave you earlier on when the show started. So with that being said, I can't wait to hear hear from you. You can engage with us across all our social media platforms using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. So that's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms. But it needs not end there. Could also continue where you and I, and of course the rest of the team, can keep on interacting with each other by dialing in on our WhatsApp line by using the number 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. Comment, like, subscribe, and do the things that are necessary to be done so that you and I and the rest of the Vooka Nation and the Vooka team can share our thoughts, our opinions, and everything else in between. You know that I will never be alone. I'm not alone. To this morning, give a little tonight.
Oh,
Hey, can I tell you my fifth? Yeah.
Yes, I will see you.
Man. How's
Later.
you haven't heard. It's nice, man. Come with me. I'll show you why. But look, this morning I'm not alone, man. I am hanging out with the best of the best and lovely ladies from right here to on the Vooka Breakfast Show. TC Gamazibugo Shabalala, and of course the one and only Berry Blaze, Afri Berry. Morning, guys. How's it going? Talk to me.
Am I audible?
You are.
Hello.
There we go.
I come back.
There we go.
Yes.
Good morning to the Vooka Nation. I hope you guys are feeling okay, feeling amazing, and of course, fantastic on this wonderful Thursday where we basically teach you all about spirituality and, of course, how to become spiritually inclined. We obviously, as you know, I go by the name of Afriberry, also known as Miss Berry Blaze, but to the darker the berry, the sweeter than Tonton. And I am back.
Bulawa yini?
Eh, bra, I don't know, ne, mare, I ate something, ne? And then, this is a shama tamla, Chotisi.
Uzoyeka ukuhamba ukudla.
Yeah,
Uzoyeka
shama
ukuhamba
tamla. Besides,
Uzoyeka ukuhamba ukudla.
like, no, besides that, I have like a stomach issue. And the problem is that once I catch a stomach bug, it can literally last me until a whole week. And I'm glad that I'm here, man.
Are you feeling lighter?
I'm feeling lighter. Khona manje nje is just the stomach cramps. Kodwa sagijima, is right. It is officially settled, and I am so happy that it's officially settled because, hey, it brought me some throwback to 2023 when I literally almost died because of stomach issues, bruh.
Wow.
Like if you saw me back in 2023, and that was around about the time when my mom had my baby brother, and I was walking. So besikapha in a clinic and bekahambisa umntwana and futhi bekahambisa mina umntwana wakhe. So bekahambisa bekakhapha inhloko nomsile clinic. When we came back, people thought that my mom is carrying my baby because of how weird I was walking. You know, after giving birth, you have that weird walk. I was walking like that, and like, congratulations. I'm like, it's not my child. It's not my child. It's not my child. Seriously, if you saw me back, that time I lost weight, so I'm glad this time I didn't lose weight because anybody got time for BioSlim?
Oh, Nkosi yami. But anyways, we glad, you know.
That's
over with.
Yeah. As long as you're feeling healthy and you're back with us right here, where radio meets TV. I love saying that. It sounds so cool, man. You know, where radio meets TV.
Sound cool, man. It's a cool thing, you know.
Yeah.
Yesterday we were at what's the name of- yes.
Oh.
So the Josie FM people,
Okay.
they were very interested in the
I saw
space.
On today's Thursday, on Tuesday night, because Guamashobana was here on Monday, right?
Yes.
So on Tuesday when I left the studio, later on Facebook, I don't know why I didn't share it.
You
'Cause
actually did. I think
No,
you
but
shared it
Banele,
on.
I did on the group,
Yeah,
right,
but
on the Vooka group.
Yes.
But I first saw it on Facebook, right? And then I take a screenshot. So I had thought, I'm going to share it then. But I tagged Moikate in the comments and I tagged the show in the comments. So Refilo Mutei from Josie FM was watching us. And shout out to you, Osfifi. We appreciate you, we recognize you, and we absolutely love. I know Mo and I are very big on Eat Local Fridays.
Yeah.
We love that so much. And hopefully one of these days we can hang out together and see maybe what we can do with our own Vooka food segment, and of course Eat Local Fridays, man. But yeah, what was happening, Steve?
Yeah, man. Yeah, they were going. Have you ever seen when kids discover candy for the first time?
Okay.
Yeah, it was that feeling like, oh, guys, guys, we can't believe. How does it work?
Okay.
Oh,
So what was
yeah,
happening?
man.
Go Tate Zako.
So-
Hey,
so-
ukare motho a sa tla mmerekong.
Hey, man.
What was happening?
Yeah, let the
No,
ladies
so
tell you. Let the
the-
ladies tell you.
Let the lady
Oh,
tell
let the
you.
lady tell you.
Yes.
Sorry, man.
No, so it was the Soweto Kota Festival's Mandela Day celebration out at Tate Zako Primary School.
Okay.
in-
Right here, Dobsonville, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I see Tate Zako.
So, Josie FM was there. There was just mangoes. What's that? Mango places. Those that mango brand. Taneen mangoes. Thompson Meats.
Okay.
Superstore.
Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah, of course, us. Maponya Motors, Oryx Gas. So man, everybody was out there making it special for the kids. Of course, they had to wait until schools were open in order to.
All right. Because last week you called on the quiz, right?
Yes, so they wanted to make it special for the children. So Blue Ribbon, Soweto Kota Festival was there, and yeah, man, the team and I had some mint kotas. So it was great initiative that they had out there, with activations like from Thompson Meats, Fruit Yo. Yeah, it was Fruit Yo who made these sachets. It's like isute so.
Okay.
Yeah, nine. Frutia. So it's
Frutilla.
Oh yeah,
Frutilla.
Frutilla. There they are. And then they were giving these
The
away.
21st century Drinko Pop.
Oh, okay. So for me, it was like the kids. I was like the kids. It's like I was discovering these things for the first time. It was amazing. So great things to look forward to at the Soweto Kota Festival.
This
That's what
year,
I can say,
yeah. Hopefully, if things work out our way, we can be out there and see what the Vooka Breakfast Show can contribute.
We definitely will be.
Into that. So, but it was during the week, yeah. But now I get it when you say. Because schools were closed last year, right?
Last
week. Ooh, last
Yo,
year.
hey,
What's happening,
Lucy,
Chief?
Are you time traveling right here in front of us?
Perhaps, mhlawumbe. I mean, parallel universes. There's another Musimist who's doing the multiverse. Yeah, of course. I'm a huge fan, man. Maybe there's another Musimist hosting the Vooka Breakfast Show somewhere out there, man.
And now you're
cosmos.
Now you're glitching.
Cosmos.
In a parallel universe,
yeah.
there is
Now
most
he's
definitely.
glitching, yeah.
You know, there's
That
actually
moose there is taller, no glasses,
Okay.
no beard.
and he's dark.
Yeah.
Actually, you remember how I said that I used to the name Mist.
Yeah.
Is a derivative from my days as an underground decipher. When we used to spit, right? So in one of my lines, I remember, if I can remember clearly, I used to say. I'll remember, but I used to say something along because we were very inspired. My friends and I at the time, and stuff. We were inspired by science and physics and life sciences, right? So these big bombastic sounding words, and we would use like these metaphors. One understand? So I would go something like the mist. The derivatives of this mist are unknown to this world, never before even seen in the cosmos. This leaves a bitter taste of red roasted tomatoes. Tomatoes, potatoes. The fact is, the mist continues to be a non-flaccid extraneous commando. So we were manifesting. We were in the cosmos, man. I'm not known in the cosmos. I've never even been seen, man. But it was that, man. So anyway, earlier this morning when we started out, TC gave you a couple of headlines, and the one that's sticking out for me is about Cyril Ramaphosa. It says President Cyril Ramaphosa has dismissed the higher education minister and suspended the Gauteng director of public prosecutions. While these steps signal action Critics argue he's been too hesitant in making firm decisions. His resilience on commissions of inquiry continues to draw public scrutiny, with many calling for more direct and timely interventions. There's a lot that's happening. Kibo Mchunu, Kibo Cyril Ramaphosa. I mean, now people are calling into question his leadership skills.
No, because like Vele, how is Mkhunu just on like suspension? Like, how is that something that?
So he's been suspended now.
Yeah, it's a thing of, but how? But like, it's immediate dismissal and going into like criminalizing what he's done and prosecuting him. Do you understand?
I get you.
Certain steps need to be followed, and then now on the other end with this one, it's like an immediate. So like the contrast between the two cases does bring into question like how do you make your decisions?
Sure.
Do you understand?
Sure.
Okay, for Mkhunu, it's like, it's a slow start, nyana. It's almost as if, you're hesitant. But then with, the Minister of Education, it's like direct dismissal, like, so what's
happening?
What is the difference in these cases? Because both, present serious allegations, not even just allegations, but things that were proved. Do you understand? So then and then on top of that, it's like, is there not a certain SOP? What is the procedure? So what procedures are taken in these kinds of cases? Is it like a thing of it depends ubani? And then I will decide what kind of action I
take against you. Sure, I see what you mean.
Understand?
Sure.
Or is there a standard SOP, like a standard procedure for misdemeanors, for corruption, for acts, for criminal acts? Like, what is it? Do you understand?
I get you.
That's why now critics are saying, okay, we see what you did with the Minister of Education, but now still now what's making matters worse is, the strained relations between the US and South Africa. Because, okay, you got, we feel, not just us as the citizens, but obviously the other people who are part of the other parties who are part of the GNU. They feel like, especially the EFF, they have been very, very vocal about how they feel about his visit to the US. Do you understand? So it's like it's like looking at that and like looking at how things are now currently playing out in our government, and it's like, like who is in charge here? Because it's like it's a like you so what's happening? You understand? It's left questions, and then those questions are without proper answers or answers that are logical, and that's why now, the citizens and of course critics and everybody else, even members within the GNU itself. It's conflict, it's doubts, it's questionings, it's inquiries, it's a lot. So now, South Africans are looking for direction, they're looking for answers, they're looking for stability, because that's what's going to like really, give us direction, stability. Within the GNU itself, within the government relations with other countries, within trade, within a lot, we need stability. And that's the one thing we've been crying out for. And that's why so much is happening right now. People, like, guys, you don't want a repeat of the July unrest, but now escalated and...
the 2021.
Do you understand? You do not want that. And people are getting frustrated. And when the masses get frustrated, that's when they start
things
to take,
unravel.
Radical action.
Yeah.
So radical action is obviously not good for economy. It's not at this point where things are already unstable. You understand? So it's things like that everybody's looking at. They wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. We are waiting. Do you understand? In anticipation.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. We're living in crazy times. It says here, President Cyril Ramaphosa has fired embattled Minister of Higher Education and Training, Dr. Nobuhle Nkabane, and replaced her with her deputy, Buti Manamela. The presidency announced this in a statement released on Monday afternoon. And I don't know, man. For me, it seems very drastic and the decision comes off as slightly bit ill-informed. for me, and in the heat of the moment, and not considering the implications and the ramifications that come with that decision. And I get why critics are calling his leadership into question, because it's like, how, Chief, there's a lot that's been happening. Why with this one all of a sudden?
So why certain cases
Yes.
get immediate action,
And then
others
telling you,
there's
delayed
delayed
inquiry.
actions, and then there's
Yes.
inquiries that need to
Yes.
happen? Why do others then, there seems to be action and then suddenly it's dead in the water?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Why? So it's these whys that are bothering people, these whys with no answers.
Nkabane has recently been in the news for wrong reasons. The latest being her failure before Parliament last Friday, arguing she had other commitments. Parliament's Portfolio Committee of Higher Education and Training has since rejected the apology that she submitted. The committee had asked Nkabane to appear before it to account for her debacle surrounding the appointment of chairpersons of the sector Education and Training Authority, SETA, right, or the SETA boards. She took flack last month after it emerged that some of her board chairpersons were said to be politically connected, with others being officials of her department. She argued on Friday that she could not cancel her commitments to appear in Parliament. After the cancellation of my trip, this is her now, after the cancellation of my trip due to not getting authorization from the president, I made other commitments to attend a GBVF program. I don't want to say I was or wasn't supposed to, but I did extend my apology to Parliament, letting them know that I have already made other commitments, she argued.
Okay, we see your work ethic and we admire that, but then obviously also, there's other things here, ma'am.
Yeah.
That need your attention.
Your attention. Yeah.
We're not saying that issues of GBF are unimportant, and that's why I say we admire the work ethic, to say you committed to that commitment. And then obviously I don't think the issue here was that. It's obviously everything else. But then like I'm saying to you, Musi, what procedure is taken now when it comes to these government officials where these issues are found of corruption, mismanagement of this, mismanagement of that, nepotism, or whatever they're accused of? What is the standard procedure? You understand? So that even as citizens, people are sure of the law.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So that the law doesn't only apply to the few and then to the many and then excludes those very few who, are connected or are able to, pay themselves out of trouble. No. And that is like now the mindset we're trying to get away from as citizens. Where now, even within the government, we say, yes, we welcome people who stand up against the corruption, because we're not saying justice and the law applies to the many who are underprivileged or cannot afford to speak their way out, connect their way out, or pay their way out of issues and legal troubles. We're saying that it applies to you no matter who you are, because justice must prevail no matter where it is supposed to go or be found in. Do you understand? It's
or no matter where the crime.
The crime happened,
Yeah.
whoever you are. It's to standardize that thing. Crime is
Punishable.
Is punishable by any means necessary.
Despite race, gender,
do you understand?
financial standing,
Do you understand?
level of authority or
Yes.
whatever. Yeah. Or the position that you
Yes,
hold or the
because
title
now,
that you hold.
Do you know? Because now what happens is people aspire to wealth, to be above the law.
Oh, yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
To say no.
That's the implication
do you
it gives.
understand?
Yeah.
I want that
yeah.
money so that I can.
But
be
once I get
above-
to this
Yeah,
level
I'm
of
gonna be
financial
above the wealth.
standing, I'm above the law.
I'm above the law.
Yeah.
And then that's why then you continue this mentality that fuels corruption.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
I see you. I'm right there with you.
It starts very much in how you are training people to think, you are training people to accept things in society.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And that's why, Vele, you know what? If you're saying you want to start to tackle the root issues of crime and criminal activity, you need to start with how does that mindset even come about Ipuma issue. Where is the root cause? So as to not address the symptoms, but to actually tackle the cause. So that we are not constantly dealing with the same issues over and over again. Because that is really what constantly happens. And I think that's what gets people tired. And what really, when you are, from an underprivileged
background.
community or background, or, you're part of the, not middle to lower class, you're like, hey, are politics for me? And that's, are they for me? And that's why conversations like we had with Aboste and why we have segments like Know Your Rights, to say no, but rights are for everyone.
Yeah. Or should be.
Do you understand?
I mean, I don't think they should be. By their inception, or at the inception of formulating and establishing a constitution and formulating a Bill of Rights, they should be for everyone.
No, they are for everyone, considering the responsibility that they come with.
Yes.
Do you understand? If you are prepared to, exercise the right, but then do be prepared to take upon the responsibility.
Sure, man.
Do be fully prepared to take upon the responsibility as well. Do not only, educate yourself on and exercise the right, because then,
defeats the purpose.
Defeats the purpose of having rights.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tata Kumri.
I mean, it says here, the other one is that the president has also suspended South Gauteng Director of Public Prosecutions, Advocate Andrew Chauke, with immediate effect, following claims that threaten the credibility of the National Prosecuting Authority, the NPA, and his questionable conduct in the office. I think this one, if we had dived into it slightly a bit earlier, or had been aware, maybe we could have gotten in touch with Mjonondwana. I forgot her name. Lindiwe Mjonondwana, right? The spokesperson, the regional spokesperson of the NPA, who we met out at the rancho a couple of months ago. I think maybe she could be in a better position to unpack this one for us. But says that the presidency's spokesperson, Vincent Maguenya, confirmed this in a statement on Monday evening, that he would be on a suspension pending an inquiry into Chauke's fitness to hold office. Maguenya said Ramaphosa has asked Chauke to provide reasons why he should not be suspended, but the president decided suspension was the correct action pending an inquiry. Ramaphosa has informed Advocate Chauke of his decision in writing and indicated that the president and the public would benefit from an independent assessment of issues that require education and on which there are disputes of fact. The president believes Chauke's continued tenure as Director of Public Prosecutions, while facing serious accusations, would negatively affect the reputation of the NPA as a whole, Maguenya said. So, I don't know, man. It's getting kuningi. Someone, I think he's one of those commentators, public commentators, and he said that Ramaphosa is by far the worst president.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing those kind of statements going around.
It says Ramaphosa is the worst, and who's this? Jacob Zuma will go down, or rather, now I remember. He said Ramaphosa will go down in history as the least successful and one of the worst presidents we've had after democracy.
Oh,
right? And then Jacob will go down in history as the most criminalized.
Wow.
And then he said something about Thabo Mbeki. He'll also go down in history forever, whatever. But yeah, man, I mean, man.
Almost each and every single president that we've had, they have scandals. Minus Umatiba, and then but when you look at the other presidents that came after him, they have the most controversial scandals ever.
I mean, I get
you
that.
look at who's the Sabombeki with
Yes.
the then late Minister of Health. They had a very huge. Yes, they had like a very huge AIDS scandal going on around
Yes.
them that actually led to them being dismissed from their post. And then ukhumbula ukuthi Mwambeki bamkhipha. That's when uZuma angena before he even got elected. And then comes in uZuma before azongena or makaqeda ukungena. Na kwavela iskandal sakhe se-AIDS ukuthi akwada ngigezile. Bathi mangigeza ngeke ngiyithole. Like there's so much going on. And then comes in Ramaphosa. Ramaphosa, unfortunately, with his scandal and his ruling of the nation, a lot is going on and a lot is literally going sideways, and it's not even going up. You had the July unrest, and then you had the COVID money being looted. You had graves that were dug up but they were never used. What happened to that? And then after that, you also have the current situation with the US president, and then you have them busy firing people, suspending people. You have them going on so many cases that are affecting the nation without him even having a single comment or raising a single word. Like clearly agasmameli. You know, somebody once said over the weekend, it's a friend of my grandmother. They even said, it was like, you know what, at this point of time and where we are at this moment, sorry to say this, but it's about time that maybe South Africa stands up and literally overrules the president. Because there's a whole lot.
Like a coup.
Oh, a coup. Like literally a coup.
What do you call this thing when
Overthrow the president.
Yeah, when the president is called to leave his position as a country.
Impeach.
Impeachment, but I think there's another one. Yeah.
There's another word because it once happened in some other African country where the president ugijimile, Joe, he ran for his life because the people were literally tired and fed up with him not doing what he's supposed to do for the nation. But then the presidency, Joe, because they were like, you're living in luxury, you have a pool, look at the acres that you have. And then they look at his storage, food is packed, galore, everything, yet people on the ground do not have anything. I do not want to lie, but at the rate and the way that things are going in our country, we might even end up having such a thing happening. He needs to change. He needs to start listening to the nation. If he can't, Puma still learn because yabona ukuthi siyakushisa. Puma once.
Yeah, man. Kuningi, and it's getting kuningier, and things are unraveling. Our country is in a state of, I wouldn't say unrest, and not panic, but I'm losing the word that I want to use. But yeah, no, the country is not in a good state right now, and all of these issues affect both you and I and everyone else in and around our country. And Uste touched on this. Is the country being run
like a failing business?
Like a PTY Ltd, man. Is the country being run like a business? And are all these decisions beneficial for the greater nation and everyone in the country, or are they beneficial for the middle class? And I was watching back on that engagement, and he said, why, Musi, you hold some of these sentiments is because you are part of the middle class, Chief.
Yeah, no, that's
we've
why
been
I was
conditioned,
saying, Guti,
and
do people, the people right now, wena ozihluphekelayo nje yazini every day impilo yakutrapa. Do you really feel like politics do they include you?
And
that's why I asked that question during, my statement. Do you feel like do people who because mina mangithi ngibheka and I listen to the things spoken in the service delivery group as a tape song and certain things that are being said. I don't think these people feel like politics includes
for them
or for them.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think they understand it, and I don't think in a way bafila ngathi ibasiza in any kind of way.
Sure.
You understand?
Sure.
So, because in their reality, things are happening, man, quickly and daily, and nothing what's being reported, some of what's not being reported on the news, and how things are being reported in media. it's like I siyanizwa, but this Tina, this is what's happening
On the ground. On
you
the
know,
ground.
siyanizwa,
Yeah, yeah,
siyanibona,
yeah,
but
yeah.
this is what's happening.
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
us.
We have our own challenges and struggles that we're facing on the ground. There's people who are unemployed in and around our local townships and communities, man. Yeah. You know, I don't know what to make of some of these things, man. But hopefully we can have someone who is well versed in the space, like a political analyst, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, there's one I am thinking of now. Maybe I'll try and reach out to them and see maybe if they can comment on some of the things that are happening in our country and find a bit more insight on someone who's slightly a bit more well versed, you know, and actually follows these stories and all the things that are happening in our
and can give us, like, you know, an analyzed, you know, detailed analysis of, you know, the political scape, or the political landscape right now
of the country.
You know, of course, we have a segment here that we have not had a guest for a while for, and that's public. No, what am I saying? Stay was here for
Stay was here a couple of
affairs.
weeks ago. But we
but,
need more people.
We need more people, like I was
more
saying.
people.
You know?
Yeah.
Especially because we aim to, you know, have these insightful and informative conversations surrounding topics and issues that affect us in our daily lives. And of course, you know, give you the brighter side of life in the end, like with what's going to happen today in sports. Because of course, like we spoke with the NPO for the Vilakazi championship games that are going to be happening in our own township of Soweto. Sports has a way to unite people and, of course, bring people together. And today, the Rugby Premiership season kicks off at 19:45 BST. Not today. In September, on the 25th of September, of course, that will be happening. So, but of course, you know, things are being made in history every day. And of course, rugby has shown in our history, in our own history. Remember when Francois Pinar, we learned about him in primary school, Francois Pinar. During, you know, when him and Madiba, that iconic picture, man, of them holding up that World Cup trophy.
Whenever that comes up for me and it's been spoken about, I think of that not so great depiction of the movies that America has done, chief of what Hollywood has done.
Oh, because who was it that played Francois Pinar?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, yes.
Matt Damon, and then the president was Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
And those movies, chief, I don't know what to make of them every time I watch them, because it's like, guys, this is not who. I mean, it is, but it's not. Like,
it is, but
as Hollywood, I would think that you could have taken
South African
further
action.
strides to do your research and actually find, you know, spend time with these people, learn. But anyway,
it brings me back to that New Orleans Zulu parade.
I was about to mention it.
The one we were watching last week.
I think you see the movies are a bit better in a way compared to what we saw when it comes to the Zulu parade in New Orleans. Like, seriously, do amaZulu abapendu ubuso bumnyama bacedile badweba ubumhlophe lapha emehlweni. I don't understand. And then you also look at the hats. It looks like they're going for cheerleading championships.
They look very Aztec-y type,
Yes.
red Indian-y type,
Malaysian,
you know,
type of thing.
I didn't see
Zulu
there, Mina. But then again, apparently it was from a movie where something had to do with the Zulu king visiting America or something. Yeah, but something of that sort.
Along those lines,
I know that I at the time I had the information, but of course, my brain erases things daily, man, to make space.
Out of sight, out of mind.
To make space for new information. So, but it just popped into my mind, G. You know, I can see Steve bringing it up there.
the Zulu thing.
The pictures
yeah.
more
Yeah.
especially, man, because I don't want to lie. They looked so weird, and it's not even a depiction or a proper depiction of what the Zulu people even wear or their pride in general. In general, that has to do with their culture, man. I don't want to lie. Like, America should be sued for this. Mm-hmm. This one.
Sued?
No, they should be, because they're not representing the culture properly, man.
Yeah.
And then compared to a whole lot of American tourists that we've had visit South Africa, and then all the other tourists from all over the world who've actually seen what Zulu people wear, and then you look at what they did, and then they say it's a Zulu parade. Where is the Zulu in that? Because there's nothing that talks about being a Zulu person.
So, did you know then, Afriberry, the Zulu parade in New Orleans was born in 1909
Jeez.
as a bold act of resistance by black working class locals who were excluded from white Mardi Gras crews. They flipped the script, mocking elite traditions with lard can crowns, banana stalk scepters, and satirical costumes. But here's the twist. While it started as a protest, today it's one of Mardi Gras' most iconic parades, complete with glittering floats and prized coconut tossed to the crowd. Still, controversy brews. Many South Africans have called out the parade's use of blackface and caricatured Zulu imagery, arguing it misrepresents actual Zulu culture. The debate continues: a cultural tribute or tone-deaf throwback?
Tone deaf throwback. That's
It's
what's
crap,
happening.
man. Imagine, like, what, 1909?
Oh,
1909.
It's over 100 years now. Like, how are you still depicting the thing? Like, really? Seriously? After we've had blockbusters like Wakanda, who have taken from the Xhosa and the Sotho turning
Cultures.
Like, really? Seriously, in 2025, we're still having something like that. There's something that I came across, I think, yesterday, if not Tuesday night. Steve, I don't know if you can help there. So this person is talking about things like accents and just how culture forms perceptions, right, all over the world. So let's see if we can learn a two or thing from that one. Steve, you'll tell me if you're ready, my brother. Yes, sir.
See why some of his accent imitations might be well intentioned. The characters most often sound nothing like the people from those countries or regions. It's 2025, and we know than just accent shapes perception. And how they are portrayed influences how viewers perceive cultures and people that they've never encountered. Some accents have been portrayed so well over the years, they have been branded as iconic. Like, for instance, the British accent is likened to intelligence, class, control. The French accent, romance, elegance, charm. The New York accent, fast talking, but yet street smart. What is an accent? What is an African accent? There is no one African accent. Africa is a continent of 54 countries with rich, diverse culture and tradition. And not alone, the characters and the culture is portrayed, the intention to use should be just like it is for British or Australian characters, where the accent is almost always spot on, thanks to dialect approaches, use of native actors, and authentic slang. This isn't a cultural. It's a reminder. Cultural representation isn't just about being seen, but about being civilized. Doing that culture what you like.
I mean,
I love that. Okay. Oh, beautiful woman that.
This is a South African accent.
Exactly.
But in movies, Hollywood use of one generic, painful African accent used across the entire continent as if Africa is one country. You see why some of these accent imitations might be well intentioned. The characters most often sound nothing like the people from those countries.
Yeah, man. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. We've all agreed how, language, just, when we speak of ending or putting an end to stigma, we always speak on how language shapes perception. So
Definitely.
now, the way in which the language is relayed is also now,
A thing.
Now can also be put into that, added to that, perception. Because like you've seen, when Nigerians are usually depicted, they're almost always depicted in a certain type of way, or always known for a certain type of thing. When and actually, it's almost as if like he's saying, they've created a monolith for Africa, but Africa is diverse.
Vast.
54 countries, guys.
With a lot of
54
cultures,
countries.
traditions,
Like
languages.
Nigeria has, I don't know how many languages, 100 and...
No,
or dialects.
300.
300
I mean,
dialects.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Just
And then
that
imagine
one
the
country.
different tribes that are actually in Nigeria
Within.
and
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
differences in them.
I mean,
and they
come
also,
on.
each and every single tribe in Nigeria also has its own different accent. That's why you find ukuthi umZulu ala eGoli nomZulu phuma emakhaya. Ama accent awafani.
Even from within KZN, do you know that the people within KZN don't all speak the same? Umuntu wasemzumbe ngeke akhulume njengomuntu wasemlazi
Yeah.
or owasemlazi ngeke akhulume njengowakamashu or Lamontville. They don't all speak the same. They don't even their slang don't mean the same things even.
So in Nigeria, there's 520 native languages.
Yo.
So you can imagine how many dialects there are.
Yo.
So yeah, there isn't just one accent to African.
Yo,
Yeah.
exactly, man.
Yeah, because you also look at, for example, rona ya ka Batswana. Motswana wa mo Gauteng, Motswana ko Ramatlaba, wa ko Ziras, Rustenburg, Kurumani. We don't have the same accent. Even the tones, there's a huge difference to how we pronounce. That's why sometimes you find that, for example, nna as Motswana wa mo Joburg, Gauteng, it's hard for me to understand Motho o tswang ko Botswana. And believe it or not, some people from the northwest who literally like that's what we consider the
because I'm
Bundu.
thinking about how like
The,
Kimberly Tswana
Afrikaans
sound, because then they
influence.
they've got that
Afrikaans influence, yeah.
Hengina.
Hengina.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, because when you Motswana wa ko Botswana,
Hoe kom wira yalo?
Ukubira yalo.
Ko bolela se ka re dai spotter
different, man.
That's Kimberly Tswana.
Yeah,
And then
It's different, man.
Ke Batswana bona se Batswana.
it's different, man. Because now, for example, I have a friend who comes from Botswana. Half the time we miss each other in dialogue. And at that time we are both Tswana people. But because we speak two different we're from two different countries, and Tswana sa rona a se Tswana go na le pharologano teng ha one.
Yeah.
Ga re tlo bua Setswana se se tshwanang, ga re tshwane re bo re tshwana ka setso le ka puo, mare pharologano yone e tona.
Very
It's a
much so.
very big difference, and people don't understand that. And hence I'm saying that, you know what, maybe it's about time that America gets sued for this, because they always depict, especially African countries, like that guy said the truth. When it comes to an American actor acting out in a British accent, they would
Australian.
definitely nail.
Yeah.
Or Australian,
Or
they would
Scottish.
Scottish, they
Yeah.
will nail that.
Yeah.
But why is it that most of the time when it comes to Africa, and if you look at all the movies, most of the time, our accents are always Nigerians. Now, what's in happen? We're not from Nigeria. Now, we come from Sata.
Yeah, like it's either you're heavily Nigerian or Umzulu.
Yeah, and even the
Zulu's
Zulu
bad.
accent is
And the
even
Zulu's
bad.
bad.
Or the Xhosa is bad.
Yo.
Exactly. I got to look
Hey,
who works
Wakanda made me laugh. I don't know how John Kani kept a serious face.
I really
You know, the thing was,
I would have
it was
laughed.
actually, it wasn't planned. It wasn't in the
Yo,
script.
I would
I
have
saw something a
laughed.
while ago, a couple of weeks ago,
I don't know how you
that
kept
the
it, but
Xhosa was
anyway.
actually, him speaking his Xhosa was not a thing.
Oh, okay.
In the script. It wasn't put in the script.
Oh.
I think one of the writers or the director or someone who was part of the crew asked for a translation to what was initially in the script and how he would say it. I think it was Unyana Wam when him and
T'Challa.
His son.
T'Challa.
his actual name.
His actual son.
Kumkani, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So he was asking him, "Khore, how would you say this to your son in your language, in your native language, in his Xhosa?" and he said, "Unyana wami, ton, whatever line he says in the movie, and he was then the person who's asking him was like, "Wow, I love that. We're keeping that. We're doing that in the
movie,
in the script, in the
Okay.
movie, you know." So just the depiction of. And I mean,
Can't
these
they
are-
use more people like Abu John Gani, you know,
Well-
to depict African characters? Like, I mean,
I mean,
John Gani is like
the other one
Morgan
that came
Freeman here.
with that one, you know what?
correct
You know
on
what?
that
You know
one.
what the other argument with that one was with Scarlett Johansson, this movie that she does where she's Asian.
Oh.
I'm forgetting
I
that
think
movie.
I know that movie where
Well,
she's
when a movie-
like an anime character.
Yes.
Yes.
People were complaining.
I
with
know people
regards to the-
complained about that movie, man.
that
Was
movie.
I remember, but the way I love that movie. And then I saw the reviews and I was like, yeah, because then they were like, you know, things
Why
like
couldn't they have used
an Asian
an
character?
Asian person? Yeah. You know, so it's
I mean,
things.
an actor, sorry, an Asian
Yeah, an
actor or
Asian actor.
actress,
Yeah.
actress, yes. So they were like, guys, like, why nithanda ukwenza lento yenu Hollywood, you know?
And the
so-
argument is that there are little roles that are there, or quite a few number of roles that are there for Asian actresses and actors. And so when the opportunity comes up, why can they not use an Asian actress to actually depict that character in the movie? You know,
Guys, you know, there are so many talented people in the world. Shows like You've Got Talent and America's Got Talent and Britain's Got Talent. All these talent shows have shown over and over and over again, you know, the vastness of talent that we have globally as people. People come
Ghost
out
in a
in
Shell.
numbers. Ghost in a Shell.
Ghost in
Yes,
a Shell.
Adam, I remember loving that movie.
It's a great movie.
Isn't it about a game? Isn't it about a game,
I'm not
Manele?
sure, Banele, as a,
Yeah, Ghost in the Shell, isn't it about a game? Yes. So I remember one of my gaming friends, Oscar, he just loves gaming. So I think he was quite critical of that movie. But then, of course, I think he has a crush on Scarlett. So, I loved the movie. I won't lie. But then, obviously, critically, when looking at the technicalities of it, like, why couldn't you have just used, you know, an Asian actress to depict, you know, the man?
And I think
So Ghost in the Shell, it's a game and it's also part of a manga series. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you see, so Oscar,
Japanese.
he's into Japanese
Anime.
pop culture,
Yeah.
anime, manga, all of that. He's into gaming, so all of that, you know. So I remember when Ghost in the Shell came out, so I think he was quite interested to see how Scarlett was going to do as
Depict
the
that
character.
role. Yeah.
So I don't.
And clearly the
thing is,
role
I
that
can't
she was
remember
playing
Guti if he was
is a
impressed
big
or not,
one.
but I think he was critical.
I mean, look, I might be biased here because I'm also a fan.
Of Scarlett.
lady.
You guys crushing
Black
on
Widow.
Scarlett,
Come on.
very heavily.
She nailed it. I mean, if
Black
you can,
Widow.
If you can look at here, the manga is the one on the right,
Yeah.
and then the left side is
Is
the
her with
so
the hair. Yeah.
she looks exactly like the character, and in the movie, the speech pattern she uses is like the character.
So she only liked the accent.
Yes, I think. Yeah. No, because she was
Like,
she was
they
just
speak
using
like
her
that.
usual English accent, American
like,
accent.
yeah.
But yeah, man, that's some of the things that we are seeing and coming across in our day-to-day
Yeah,
lives.
man.
The time right about now is 23 minutes after the hour, 8 o'clock. We've been talking for a good while right now, and from time to time, you know that we have to pay our bills, right? Grab a cup of coffee. It's a bit coldish, nyana, like I said earlier, and it's a bit breezy because we're still in the dead of winter, the second month of winter, as it is the 24th of July 2025 on a Thursday morning. So with that being said, let's quickly run to the loo, pay our bills, and then you and I and the ladies will see each other right after this cool stuff. Hey family,
Hi,
My name is Tisiga Mazibugo Shabalala.
My name is Moketi Maimane.
my name is Musi Miss
my name is Ketsu Mguni
on the Vooka
Vooka Breakfast Show.
Every weekdays from 7 a.m.
to 10 a.m.
This is where we are going to have our topical discussion featuring various experts from different fields.
We're going to take care of you and it's going to be amazing, man. Right now I'm on the set of the Vooka Breakfast Show brought to you by the Blinko Network.
Do not forget to subscribe.
That's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms.
Vooka.
See you there.
Vooka Breakfast Show.
We're out here in the heart of Soweto, Dobsonville. This is right next to Zondi Hills and just before you get to Broad Fisher Club. I'm out here. My name is Musi Mest. I'm out here with the one and only maximum temperature. I'm working with my TC Shabanana Wakamazibugo, and of course our station manager, the one and only Manele Lyric. And we're traveling out here, man. This is what we do on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah, you gotta get it fresh.
We are fresh and nice. Now it's time to take the information to the people.
Of course, like Mo just mentioned, do stay tuned, comment, like, subscribe, share your thoughts and your opinions and everything else in between. We're going to be coming to a street to do live near you, wanting to know what your thoughts are out there on the street.
Of course, we've got TCO Wamazibugo with the traffic update. Right now, we are going to N1 southbound to make sure that whatever that you guys get, it is real-time information.
Yes,
so, looking at Mukhorosi, we have robots that are not working right here, but the traffic is moving. We're going to look at when is your rush hour time, when people are from the work, from school,
yes,
right?
Sir. Yes,
I'm gonna give you your daily update. So do make sure that you stay with us. Mobile Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yes,
This is Ted, the Wild Irish Comedian. You're watching Vooka Breakfast Show. Tune in every morning, Monday to Friday.
Because unpacking the headlines and dissecting stories that matter to you. And of course, getting insights on everything happening in and around our communities is what we do right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network. Always spending some quality time with myself, the one and only MOOCEE Mest. My name is Musi Mest. And of course, if you've just tuned in and you've just joined us, you're still right on time, on schedule to catch your favorite rendezvous where radio meets TV, only and exclusively right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network. The time right about now is 26 minutes after the hour, 8 o'clock on a Thursday morning, the 24th of July, 2025. And of course, this is the Vooka Breakfast Show. I'm not alone. I'll never be alone. Hanging out with the best of the best. Great ladies, Vooka Nation ladies, Vooka team ladies. TC. Gamazibugo Shabalala, and of course the one and only Berry Plays Afro Baby. Or Afro Baby was Steven. Okay.
Yeah, you guys must never start this game of yours.
Okay.
But to show yourself.
Okay. You don't tell us. You don't tell us. I said Afro Baby.
I also want to know which why.
No guys, disclaimer.
No. I said Afro Baby, and then TC is the one who is giving out this information. Chief.
Hey guys,
One
I want to
guys.
get married. My white girlfriend is somewhere out
Wow.
there. Don't do
Okay,
these things.
Stephen.
When I TC, you know that my Asian man is out there waiting for me.
Guys, you must tell us these things.
Chinatown.
Ma you guys, why ni Chester?
What's a Chester?
How ngoba ngithi igama
TC,
ngoba
ubone
igama
paisa bana babathu. What if this thing was not supposed to be shared?
No, guys, to clarify, igama lize. You know, Stephen was the one who coined that term, that pet name for Afroberry.
Did you literally just say a pet name?
Yes. That's what you call like isn't that like Abo Baby,
Abo Banini.
Yeah, those are pet names. They called pet names, you know.
Well, I forgot, but what was your pet name for me? Because I kept on calling you Banini.
Oh,
the
number you have dialed
when
is
not expose about. What if this thing was not supposed to be known, Chief?
Musi kwena it's matters worse because we want to SEO.
No, Chief. Now I was just pointing out names. Like there's Afro Baby, there's Kanagemang. Kana aring TK
relax, guys.
TK aring kana waru
Afro Berry.
Don't panic, keep it organic, man.
So I mean, even in the chat, people like Botsakane, you were confusing Tsakane TK 1990 with TK Hector Takalani.
Yeah.
You know, so things of that nature happen. And then when I What's the word? Correct.
Divulge.
What divulge? Here. But anyway, you know that we always take such good care of you right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network. And like Moketsi says, not because I did history, I wasn't robbed of. I got robbed. I wasn't given small history lessons, you know. But perhaps there are quite a few things that you might not be aware of that have occurred and taken place throughout the entirety of, our history and our world and our day-to-day living and our lives, of course. And today is no exception whatsoever. And one of those things that happened on this day, doesn't have the date on this one. But Elon Musk rebranded the social media site Twitter as X after merging Twitter with his company X Holdings. Oh, here it has a month and a year, but not to the actual day. So I'm assuming it's on this day, the 24th, right? Which was 2 years ago. In July 2023, Elon Musk rebranded Twitter as X, signaling a bold shift toward his vision of an everything app that integrates social media, payments, and AI-driven services. The move followed Twitter's merge with Musk's X Holdings and the replacement of its iconic blue bird logo with a minimalist X emblem. Musk's AI company, XAI, later acquired X in a multi-billion-dollar deal, deepening the platform's integration with generation AI tools like Grok. While the rebrand sparked mixed reactions, it marked a strategic pivot from micro-blogging to a multifunctional digital ecosystem.
Controversial.
Have you used Grok?
No. It's the AI tool.
The AI tool for Twitter. I myself haven't used Grok. I mean, I've seen people use
Elon. It's like he just made a version of himself and put it on X.
People even argued that X is for like X Olewa after 12. No, because no, man. You should look at the what do they call it, Ghana? Do you know on your For You page?
Yeah.
What do they call it? Banale, please help.
Feed?
Yeah, on your feed. What do they call it, Stephen? Your thing, man. You are what Twitter or Banale, what do they call those things?
Stephen
The system that works, that feeds things to your page. To
Algorithm.
Your feed. Algorithm.
Hey, but that was hard, man. Yo, Brody, and then how old he? Only 2K. Wow, that was hard, bro. That was hard to watch. You struggled.
But yeah, you should check out the algorithm,
yeah,
chief, on Twitter.
Okay.
At a certain time of night. Because I don't follow these things most. Why?
Triple X.
That one I believe, because I remember my friend once showed me his Twitter account. And then we were chilling, so we were going out. It's like, yo, let me check out what's happening on Twitter. Hey, when I man. Yay, man.
No,
Hey. I was like, but what's happening? I'm like, this is the reason why I do not have a Twitter account, because of such nonsense.
The things that appear on
and
that app, guys.
Negativity, people just go to just spread negativity.
Yeah, and talk whatever and make use of the screen. But anyway, the other thing that has occurred in history on this day, the 24th of July in 1974, Tamla or Motown Records releases Fulfillingness First Finale, the 17th studio album by Stevie Wonder. The album tops both pop and soul charts and includes the hit single Boogie on Reggae Woman. On Reggae Woman, released on July 22nd, 1974. Fulfillingness First Finale marked a reflective turn in Stevie Wonder's classic period, blending introspective themes with soulful innovation. At just 24, Wonder played most instruments himself, crafting hits like Boogie on Reggae Woman and the politically charged You Haven't Done Nothing, featuring Jackson 5. The album topped both pop and soul charts and earned 3 Grammy Awards, including Album of the Year, showcasing Wonder's mastery of funk, soul, and lyrical depth.
So what did it do? It top charts today.
In 1974.
So today it topped the charts.
Yes.
Yeah. So it wasn't released. So she is technically
she's right.
She's
so
right.
Really,
so it was released in
2 days early.
Yeah, two
and then
days early, and then
2 days later, it topped the
charts.
charts. Yeah.
So no, it's to clarify. Understand English, la.
I see you. And then in 2018, American singer Demi Lovato, I'm a fan, huge fan.
I love it.
Demi Lovato is hospitalized after
Skyscraper, I
a
love
drug
that one.
overdose in Los Angeles. I hated this for her and about her.
No.
Yeah, it
You know?
didn't. It didn't
After
suit
that,
her,
man, it was bad. It's bad. She's been going through a lot of mental health, issues and stuff. So, yeah, but she's
taking strides.
She'd been, then she came out and spoke about that journey and struggle and everything that happened.
And now she's doing a bit
surrounded
better,
that incident. Sorry?
So this pops up a question in my mind, yeah? What is it with musicians and drugs?
I've spoken about it and I've mentioned it.
So musicians
off.
always on drugs?
Not musicians. It's
artists, I'd say,
artistry,
yes,
right?
yes.
And I don't want to include everyone in that classification. But the thing for me, I remember last year when we were doing this production called Ingoma the Musical. I was part of it and I was cast as a singer. And making our way from Limpopo, from one of the performances, this guy, Umazeze, we were in conversations just talking. And, the conversation started becoming deep and deeper and deeper and deeper. And he says, what people don't realize is that when audiences come and watch us as performers, right, as singers, musicians, dancers, actors, playwrights, whatever the thing is, but when you come to a show and you watch, it's a therapeutic process that happens. You don't realize it as a audience member. You just think, it was a great show. I had a good time. The art on the stage, the performance, the craft was on point. But have you noticed that when people come and watch a show, a proper curated and put together show, they walk away feeling,
They feel
and then
lighter.
and then when we come out as the cast and we come and we greet, you guys are excited, right, to meet the cast. Like, can we take pictures? But you don't realize what it was, a therapeutic thing. And the reason for that is that audience members pour out onto the artists who are on stage. Right? And people don't realize that. And the other thing that you probably haven't realized is, have you realized what after the show, like the show, not just show, but like proper shows. And I can take it and stretch it a bit, like theater shows. Have you noticed that artists don't want to hang out with the general public after shows?
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? Right? It's because we go through a thing. Little I think as practitioners of the craft, I don't think we realize that, but it's a subconscious thing, NJ. We don't want to hang out with people who are not part of the space because you don't understand the process that we go through. Right? Whether I'm singing or I'm acting or whatever the case is, we want to hang out with people who are part of the space and who understand it. You might not have been part of the cast, but because you are in the space, you are a practitioner yourself, you understand. And space in Sarona, whether we want music all the line in the background, but we can hear ourselves. And this is where now it comes in, where artists, creatives and entertainers drink like no one's business. They smoke weed like no one's business. And then that's where it comes in, where some stretch it and take it far and they delve into things like drugs. So the process of the audience...
So you're saying it's recreational?
To an extent, sure. But they misuse it. That's why I say it's stretching it, We're drinking and smoking weed. It's after a performance. We're having a good time. We're trying to...
de-stress,
I guess, for lack of a better word, right? And we cause the audience has poured out onto us as practitioners. Where do we go and pour out?
Okay.
We understand because already, and then there's about 100 to 100 and something of you in the audience pouring out onto us, all of us, and we are a small cast of about plus minus maybe 30 people, maybe. Since I'm stretching it at this point, right? So where do we go and pour out as artists? So he was just pointing that out for me, and it stayed with me. So it's things of that sort. You know,
man.
it's not just surface level where artists or musicians just smoke drugs and gee. You know, there's a lot that happens behind the scenes that audience members and people who are not part of the space are not aware of. You know, the fights that we have, the struggles that we have as artists, the processes that we have to go through to, you know, have that role or be in that space. You know, one person told me, and because I didn't work with her so extensively, one person said, you don't talk to Sibongile Khumalo before a show, like an hour before curtain call. You don't even ask her about a song or a line in the show or the piece of music. Don't, because she's channeling. We understand it's a deep process that we go through. It's not just rocking up and I start singing as
No,
Musi
I
is.
saw that
you know?
when we went to, watch Thandiswa Mazwai.
Yeah.
I myself, right there in that moment, man, I was
You felt the energy,
transported.
exactly.
I was enamored. You know what? I was totally immersed. It was a spiritual experience for
Exactly.
me. Just that music. Just man. Hence, it was me there, on the live. Man, just that atmosphere, that thing she created.
It was pretty intoxicating, man.
I
I
don't
know
we
we all
It was
felt like we were
beautiful.
going on a spiritual journey.
Yo, man.
Because I remember
And
there was one
yo.
time I found this other lady. She was
Yo.
rocking up her classic gear. Was I not learning how to cleanse lapani?
Bro. Beautiful.
Because
I
it
loved
was a magic.
Thandiswa Mazwai's concerts are always a spiritual
But
experience.
so that's the thing, it's not just about rocking up and performing. It's especially if the music is so deep rooted, man. You like I've made examples where there's people who cry on stages when they are singing and performing, and when you ask them, did you see yourself? It's like, it's no longer you, man. There's a spirit that takes
Yeah.
over, that's over and above.
No,
just us in the physical space.
Yeah, it's when you're in the zone. There's a movie, an animation by Pixar, called Soul.
And also,
talks about that moment.
Yeah.
And what
The piano player.
Yes.
Yeah.
So but since it's Spiritual Alignment Thursdays, we're talking healing, and of course, on that note of drug addiction and healing from drug addiction, we will be joined by a guest in studio, Gerson Mutsumi. He's a social auxiliary worker at Clearview Clinic, a leading rehabilitation center committed to transforming lives affected by substance abuse. So with a passion for healing and empowerment, Gerson provides compassionate support and structured guidance, helping clients navigate their recovery journeys with dignity and resilience. Of course, if you or someone are struggling right now with addiction to substances like alcohol and drugs, like we have been talking about right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show this morning, do stay tuned for that conversation. Or if you do know of someone or a loved one who is struggling, this conversation will be for you. Let's join together to fight the stigma against drugs and, of course, support each other on healing through, the trauma and results of drug and alcohol abuse.
Yeah, man.
Musi. And on our next, obviously, history lesson, because Yazin,
Yeah,
today's history lesson sounds interesting. Man.
Yeah. So, still on Demi Lovato, it says on this day, 2018, the 24th of July, Demi Lovato was rushed to a Los Angeles hospital after a near-fatal drug overdose at her Hollywood Hills home. Emergency responders administered Narcan and opioid reversal medication, which likely saved her life. This incident came just weeks after she released the song Sober, revealing a relapse following 6 years of sobriety. Lovato's hospitalization sparked an outpouring of support from fans and celebrities, and she later entered rehab using the experience she using the experience as a turning point to advocate for mental health and addiction recovery.
Yeah.
Very, very cool stuff. And of course, then we move on to inventions that are made by South Africans and Africans, and that have contributed to making both you and my life slightly easier. You know,
African.
Apple Vision Pro. Okay, this one is not African.
It's just
but
an invention that was made today.
Apple Vision Pro, but mostly the ones that we cover.
Yeah.
You know, a South African or African,
Yeah,
you know,
true.
just shining light on the African continent. So, Apple Vision Pro, unveiled in June 2023, is Apple's first spatial computer, a mixed reality headset that blends the digital content with the physical world using eye tracking, hand gestures, and voice commands. Its development spanned nearly a decade, involving over 5,000 patents and breakthroughs in micro OLED or OLED displays, spatial audio and real-time sensor processing via the custom R1 chip. I almost said R1.
I would have said the same thing, Shem.
Powered by Vision OS, a new operating system built from iPad OS frameworks. Vision Pro redefines computing by offering immersive environments, life-size FaceTime interactions, and 3D interface that responds to natural light and user movement. Banele, maybe you can share a bit of light with this one.
Yeah, since it's Tech Thursdays.
Yeah, man. Apple Vision Pro. Well, what's this one? Talk to us.
So this is a headset where maybe a few years ago you would have heard. Can you hear me now?
There we go.
There we go. Okay. So a few years ago you've probably heard about mixed reality, virtual reality, and augmented reality. So there's a difference between the three. So if we take a look at virtual reality, that's where you put on these headsets, but you cannot see what's happening in your environment, your actual environment.
Okay.
So
In the virtual world.
No, you see the virtual world, but the real world
Oh,
you are
like
blocked
silicone.
out.
Okay,
Yes.
sure.
So it's like blinders,
Those
but you've got a
glasses that-
screen.
Sure.
You've got a screen, right?
Sure.
So that's virtual. And then there was mixed reality. And this one was giving you the ability to see the real world, but then overlay graphics on top of your headset.
Okay.
Right, so I think the first one that came out was Google Glass and whatnot. But you basically see the real world, and you get to see graphics on top of that. And then there's augmented. Now, what Apple Pro did here with the Apple Pro Vision, they added cameras on the front of the headset.
Okay.
Meaning that you technically don't see what's happening, but then the cameras are basically your eyes into the real world. So you can still see the vision for the real world, but you can also have your graphics being overlaid in real time.
Oh, I see. Very interesting.
Yes.
Oh,
So
very
you still see the real world and then the graphics, but it's basically making use of cameras
Okay.
as opposed to mixed reality. Mixed is basically glass, and you can see the real world, but you can see graphics. Now, obviously, there's going to be differences where with mix, you won't get your deeper blacks. Right? But with your augmented or virtual reality, you are completely
Very
boxed
in
in.
it, I see. Yeah,
And then the last feature that's great about it is that on the front of the Apple Vision Pro, you can take a picture of yourself so that whenever you are having these headsets on, people can see your eyes. So it's as if you are there and you are present. Because if you would have seen someone that uses these headsets, it looks like they are completely out of this world, where someone looks like they are paying attention and then they're not really in the room. So these ones are designed in such a way that can you still be a part of the room where we can sort of see your eyes because of the screen that sits in front of it. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. Okay, so you've got a headset.
Okay.
On the front of the headset, you've got a screen. That screen showcases your eyes because it's got built-in cameras inside as well. So it's as if you're looking at me.
Okay.
Sorry. The Apple Vision Pro. Yes, on the front, so you can see people, like it's as if people can see your eyes.
Okay.
Right? So Yeah, but Apple has been in trouble because of that, where they were supposed to release a second version, but the reception of it hasn't been that great. So it's a project that might be canned, but yeah, that's the Vision Pro, man. That's the Vision Pro.
Oh.
And the nice thing about it is, as well, is that if you have a Mac, you can mirror your screen onto your Vision Pro, and then you can have a nice, beautiful screen display where you've got your Mac, you can still see through the cameras, but then when you look out, that's like a secondary screen on your Mac. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Crazy.
Wow.
We learn every day. The tech
Every
world,
day,
the tech
man.
world is crazy, man.
Thank God for Tech Thursdays.
Yeah, where we have people like Abobanele.
Wait for it. Just fast forward a little bit. Probably forward. There we go. Can you see the eyes?
Okay.
But it's not like a
Sure,
It's
like-
not like a glass.
Like what
Yeah.
you're seeing with me with my classes right now.
Yeah,
Sure. So when you were explaining it, I'm seeing Tony Stark's suit where he can still see, but the thing is displaying on the inside. The his AI is displaying maps and graphs and whatever else.
Jarvis, yeah.
Yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting. I didn't like Jarvis. I liked the second one, the lady. The lady was more efficient. Jarvis thought he was all that.
Hey, wait, nah.
But anyway, that's just me.
Beefly
MCU.
AI.
MCU. I get Jarvis now ended up being like a full blown who's that character? Olewa,
Yes,
the time stone.
Vision.
Vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the time stone. What's the stone? Whatever. The soul stone. It was
Yeah.
the soul stone. No, the soul stone was the one. Anyway,
Ke le tla boxala.
was the one that Scarlet died for, the Black
Yeah.
Widow died for. Yeah, but anyway, so on this day, or rather on a day-to-day basis, we also give you the number of days. And today is the 205th. How are we 200 days into the year? It's crazy. It's the 205th day of the year. And it would also be the 206th if it were a leap year. And it also marks that there are 160 days. 160. That's like what? 3, 6, 9, just over 3 months. What? It's crazy. It's crazy. 160 days left until, was that December? Was that 31st December? Sizokudodloza. Sizokushaya. Sabdodloza. Mara ke lebeletse. Lona mo montweneng mo Vooka mo ha le tlo nna le year-end party la abuser.
Yay! We are having another year-end party.
Ha re sa etse.
So
So
it's fine. You can stay behind.
no, guys, we're not having it.
Yes.
Even the
Thank you,
condom
my
you're doing
guy.
wrong.
Thank you, my
Malele,
guy.
no year-end function.
We are
Kapa-
having it.
Fale ko sebenza, yes, perhaps. Sebenza phela re- we are not again. Thank you, Mr. B.
Who's
Yes,
not having it?
the team.
You guys can do it, but
Not in the name of the company.
Exactly.
You can
Yeah.
meet as
You can meet as colleagues.
and not here at the studio somewhere.
you can do it tomorrow if you want.
Yeah, fine, but not
No,
in
but
the name
December
of
is the right time.
not in the name of celebrating
December is the right
year-end
time.
party.
No, it's fine. You guys can do it December, but we're not because there's horror stories.
Yes, that come up, and they abuse.
They abuse
They
it.
abuse.
Who abuses it?
No, Chief. This past December, we
Nobody
saw-
was, but
Steve, do you
nobody
have
was
something to say,
abused.
bro?
Everybody they volunteered. They were not abused. They volunteered.
Drama.
I have
You
nothing
are
to
the
say.
drama.
Good.
Hashtag free Steven.
Oh, shop, please.
Steven is guys.
Please,
Steven is
Justice for
traumatized.
Steve.
Steven is traumatized. 7 months into the year.
No,
It's not
man.
okay.
But he volunteered for the
It's not
trauma.
okay.
Like
No, it's fine.
restrained.
Referite guys.
Oh, wowzers. Oh, wowz. You are
Yeah,
the drama.
no year-end party,
Yeah,
guys. So
Rimelane,
yeah.
Arekwa-lekwa,
No, it's
Refitile,
fine.
no
Those who were
year-end
traumatized
function.
can always stay behind.
No year-end function.
We
The
didn't
majority has
see
spoken.
any trauma. We
Afriberry.
can come back. No, it's
You
fine.
can vouch for it as
Y'all
much
are
as you
welcome
want.
to my place. We can have a year-end party at my house.
It's not gonna
For your
be
birthday.
a year-end party.
Yes, for
There
your
will
birthday,
not be
people
a
can
year-end
come.
party.
Absolutely.
But for my birthday, you guys are with family, so
No,
you
no, no,
can't
it's
come.
fine. It doesn't mean like we have to come around Christmas time. I get on body 26, 27 or body 21, 22, right? Just around the theme and the days and the period of Christmas time, right? So for your birthday, sure, we can come through. As to Vooka year-end function, no. Chief, no.
Musi, you were not even there.
I was supposed to come,
Yes,
Chief, and then I was warned ahead of time. Because
My brother, I agree. No, no, and no.
you know why? The night before, I bumped into Maningi.
Oh, nice.
And then he was bouncing somewhere. I won't get but I bumped into Maningi, and Maningi was like, "Hey, Chief, so this promote exercise." Like, "Hey, Chief, hey." Students. But anyway, and then so it also marks that there are 22 weeks remaining. The national day today that is being celebrated is National Tell an Old Joke Day. Celebrated every July 24th, National Tell an Old Joke Day is a light-hearted tribute to timeless humor, from knock-knock classics to grown worthy dad jokes. The day encourages people to review vintage punchlines, share laughter across generations, and explore the rich history of jesting, which dates back to ancient Greece and Rome. Whether it's the chicken crossing the road or a pun from the world's oldest joke book, Fellow jealous. Hey. This quirky holiday reminds us that even the oldest jokes still have the power to bring smiles. When I was growing up, the jokes well, this is around our neighborhood, you know. And I remember in high school, if I couldn't get in touch with those people, they remember, you know, when changing classes. Like you would go to this class, I would go to or we'd go upstairs and stuff like that. We would, it was so funny.
Okay.
So changes, classes are being changed again. Period change.
Okay.
So you're going to maths, I'm going to history, or whatever the case. And I get no break.
Yeah.
Right? And we can't see each other for like the next 2 periods until break time. So I get yo, TC, and it would be like people would laugh around us as we're passing by. You know, things of that nature. Like it was like a thing, man, when we were growing up. So this celebration of this holiday reminds me of those times, man. It was it's funny, man.
About your mama jokes and all that stuff. Okay.
Like
the
only masweka teng a o itšheba mo spelling wa re go tla sia. As funny, man.
Wow.
You know, like those jokes. Man, I remember my brother and I also used to guarana,
yeah,
you know.
man.
And then we're also observing National Cousins Day.
Hey, yo, cuz.
Also observed on this day each year, it celebrates the unique bond between cousins, often our first friends or allies at family gatherings, and lifelong confidence. Though its origins are unclear, the day encourages reconnecting through calls, messages, or nostalgic meetups. Whether you grew up side by side, or only reunite at weddings and reunions, it's a chance to honor shared memories, laugh over childhood antics, and appreciate the role cousins play in keeping extended families connected. Very cool stuff.
I never share
Very cool
cousins.
Why?
I'm a Joe.
I miss my cousins.
You miss them,
For me, I grew up in such a big family that I literally outgrew my cousins. Like even my
cousins.
I outgrew them, man. I think for me, there's only one cousin that I'm keeping tabs of, and that's like literally because we stay in the same street. But otherwise, out of all of my cousins, there's one cousin that I would totally give anything for, but unfortunately I can't because he passed away. Aww. That one was my day one. I remember getting into trouble. I could fetch him like, my man. Yeah, colleague. Hi, the mom zone. So that was my day one cousin, and out of all of everybody in the family, I'm like the only one who actually fully understood him and did not judge him because he had a bit of a mental disability. So I treated him normal. And then the rest of the family would literally like walk around eggshells when it came to him. They didn't talk to him like as a normal person.
Yeah.
And so they degraded him in a way. So for me, the other reason why we bond is because I treat him like a proper person. But we could have like full-blown conversations, and they could never get that. There's nothing wrong. The understanding is a bit slow, but otherwise, he gets what you are saying. There is nothing wrong with him.
Okay.
Yeah, man. But you know what? Say, can I jump on this one, Musa?
I think we're all challenged in some ways or another.
Yeah, we are.
No, because like if I were to throw, let's say, a math sum, and if you guys don't get it, can I then say you guys are slow?
I mean, I've really met young trapper, so anyway, I wouldn't
So
get
we're
it.
all challenged,
In a way.
right? So
I'm not saying like I'm all round nice, but
no, so Moose, yesterday we were just talking numbers and we were calculating in our heads.
Sure.
So Stephen was like, oh yeah, snap, 1.5 million.
Sure.
So he was impressed. But then not everyone can do the same mental gymnastics.
Sure.
So if we can't, because in terms of physical mobility, if a person cannot do what you do, we do say that they are physically challenged in some areas. So in
I
terms
wouldn't
of
say challenged, but okay.
But if someone cannot climb stairs the way that you do,
Sure.
wouldn't you say that they are physically challenged?
I wouldn't use the term challenged.
What would you use?
I would say just we are not. We don't have
to
this
be politically correct.
No, not even. No, it's not even about correctness. But I'm just saying, because we're different people and we have different gifts and abilities and attributes. Because you are, just because you can calculate very quickly in your mind, and I can't, and I have to go down, and means not that I'm challenged. I'm not nice in that way, you know.
Okay, so
because challenged for me,
so
me, challenged is, hey man, different, hamnati in a sense, whether physically like and I get discriminate or anything, but like people who have like Down syndrome, those are challenged people who have cognitive challenges, and though for me that's how I understand the term challenged, right? Or people who are physically born like that, those like but those are challenged people, you know, like limping naturally.
Something
limping
is wrong with
I mean, for me that's what the term means, and I could be wrong and I stand to be corrected, but that's what the term challenge means. But I get what you're saying
if they
to
have
an
to climb
extent.
stairs, it is a challenge for them as opposed to you.
Sure,
So
but it's a physical challenge.
It's a physical
right?
challenge. So
Yeah.
I was tying this with mental challenges,
Yes.
right? Where if I can perform mental gymnastics and I can do calculations, I can summarize, I can think on my feet,
You're
I
gifted.
can think ahead.
You're gifted.
Right? And if someone cannot do the same, because if I were to throw a math sum right now, we will see that TC is mentally challenged. We will see that Afribe, she even said it herself now that, please count me out, I am challenged. So I'm saying, yes, I understand, but we're all challenged in some way or another.
Okay, I mean, if we're
Everybody-
like just scraping off the top,
Arafo
the term, I can agree with you to a certain extent.
Yeah, so
I see what you're doing.
so everyone's special. That's what I'm saying.
Never get.
Special and unique, wena.
Mara why
You're not one
why
of
you
the
ka puo ya
unique
rona like
names.
ya dipuo tsa rona gore mara ha mna tele ntwana like a re bua ka gore amara or like ha re amara mzala ke
You see why I'm saying-
ha re amara mzala ke tlhogonyana
Is
why
it
you
because-
ka gore
is it because ubanele umxhosa, that's why you don't
no
trust him?
that's
You
why I
don't
get
trust
it.
him because
I don't
amaxhosa
use-
they typically know
Bayaxoka.
amaxoki.
I don't use the term, and that's why I wouldn't necessarily say challenge.
He's
Yeah,
underhanded, this one.
no, because for me, like,
Nasimnandi.
Nakena,
Underhand.
no, it doesn't have to be
Okay, I
about
see what
that.
you-
It's
Like
not
TC.
even about that.
I'm saying we're all special, guys.
Like TC
It's not even
attract batho ba
about
ba se mnatsinyana mo Dobsy. I mean ziyazana ziyafilana emoyeni. Ziyazana ziyabonana ziya utlwana mo moyeng. We understand.
I'm quitting the show,
But have you?
Vooka
Can we agree,
The
TC?
show-
And not in a bad way, guys.
The
So
show
sometimes
is
when
ableist. I am quitting the show.
we're hanging out
Girl,
here in
I'm gonna
studio,
join you too on
at the
that
Praga,
one.
labantu abangekho mnandi siyabaza ngithi like amongekho mnandi hawumnandi like ona otlhogonyana like uhlukile different unomehluko othize kuwe right so khona labantu abanokuza la badlule estudio thizi bagorata. Okay, the one time when you were accompanying Bonolo to go get her Uber and then you were walking back to the studio and then that man approached you, did you not talk to him?
Because, like, okay, he needed somebody to talk to, man.
And you recognize that. I didn't recognize that. And he passed here as you were making your way down. He passed me and
TC,
Moke.
I mean, you are a mental health advocate, right?
Yeah, so he, like, I could see good to okay, like, yeah.
Because you
just
understand,
wants
you
to
are there.
converse.
You vibrate, right?
One trial. Yeah, it's just good to muntono man. Sharp.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's not normal, but we're not in on some level. A level that Moke and I did not recognize.
Elena net drama mo station in say. Anyway,
Let's do birthdays very quickly.
boy drama mo station e kina fek yon. But clocking into celebrity birthdays and of course Vooka Nations, do actually send out your birthday shout outs if it's on the YouTube comment, or you can just send us a text on 0604933226. That's 0604933226, and just let us know who are you celebrating today. So first one for celebrity birthdays is Jennifer Lopez.
Hey, pop.
Yes, Jennifer Lopez, Miss I Ain't Your Mama, was born on the 24th of July, 1969, and is turning 56. Maribar Kukotandayo.
Long time
Interesting
crush.
fact-
Our crush, you guys. J-Lo is to this day as a 50-something-year-old, bro. Whew, yeah,
Hey,
man.
Luna.
I bet y'all were happy when she acted on that movie where Cardi B gave out lessons. Yeah, I bet y'all were happy on that one.
Asian lady.
Yes. So interesting fact, her role in Selena earned her nomination for Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Comedy or Musical at the 1998 Golden Globe Awards. Hip-hop and R&B superstar best known as J-Lo, who has sold over 80 million records worldwide. She released her debut album on the 6th in 1999 and followed it up with the certified quadruple platinum album J-Lo in 2001. Her best known singles include Waiting for Tonight, If You Had My Love, Love Don't Cost a Thing, and Jenny on the Block. I don't even know
From
those.
the block.
Jenny
You don't
from
know
the
Jenny
block.
from the block.
I don't know this.
I'm still Jenny from the block.
Jenny from the block.
Hey, yeah.
Jennifer Lopez has been catfishing us, guys.
Mina, the only
with her
thing-
singing.
The only thing that I know is that I ain't gonna be is it's I Ain't Your Mama. The rest, kind of again that one where she's wearing a fur coat and then sing on the rooftop.
I see.
And that
No, but
song.
she's been catfishing us. She's not the greatest singer, no, guys.
No, she's not. No, she's not. If you actually watched the Super Bowl where she was sharing a stage with Shakira, guys, the comparisons that people were making was our J-Lo fanela kwitse like seka kukile. The hips were not moving.
I mean, dancing, she's not bad. I mean, Selena, she did quite a good job. I remember when I learned about Selena. The movie and who Selena was, and the Hispanic community was like, no, she did a great job in portraying, the life and times of Selena. But in terms of her singing, dancing, she's okay. I mean, acting, we can give her,
Hey, rom-coms, no, she nails
She
the
does the
rom-coms.
things, yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to acting, I'll definitely give her that one. Kutsalali, the Maid from Manhattan.
Yeah,
Maid in Manhattan. You see that
and
one?
wedding. What
I
else?
remember they made us
The
watch that
Wedding
movie
Planner.
in primary
Wedding Planner.
school, guys. Kabang.
Aibo.
Nyakjela.
Wa bona mara dikolo tsa lona di
Oh,
le
ka
same.
bioscope.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
bioscope.
nje, they, but
These-
okay.
the movies are not
Because
the
I'm
same,
pretty
you
sure, the teacher was like, Yazin, I've been wanting to watch this movie and it's like a free period. Let me just give these kids like something to do. And then we watched Made in Manhattan.
Yes, but apparently she also fired her bodyguard for calling her J-Lo. Nobody that works under her calls her J-Lo.
Oh.
Yeah, it's illegal. You get fired same time. And then our second person for the birthdays, for celebrity birthdays, is Kadeem Hudson. And then Kadeem Hudson was born on the 24th of July in 1965 and is turning 60 years today. And then an interesting fact, he followed in his parents' footsteps and developed a passion for acting from a young age. Actor was best remembered for his role as Dwayne Wayne on the television series A Different World, who was also cast on the Disney series Casey Undercover in 2015. Yes, and then the other person that we're also celebrating is Paul Ben Victor. Now, he was also born on the 24th of July, 1965, and was also turning 60 years today. Paul's acting career is remarkably prolific with 177 credits, reflecting consistent work and resilience in a tough industry where roles became scarce. His impressive resume continues to expand annually. Actor has appeared in TV shows such as Entourage and The Wire. And then we also have Adam Rose. Adam Rose is also born on the 24th of July in 1987 and is turning 38. Adam Rose wrestled as Damon Duke in the World Wrestling Professionals, actor and social media star who is best known for his Real Adam Rose TikTok account where he posts comedic content. He has gained over 6 million followers on the platform.
6 million.
Amen.
That's a lot, man.
Amen. And I'm seeing obviously in the chat, man, the Vooka Nation is awake, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, man. Sivugile, hashtag, I am glad to see you guys are awake and doing well. And of course, the first comment to come in is from Priscilla Maimani. Are good day, you rock guys. Amen. You rock back, Priscilla. Of course, welcome to the Vooka family. And of course, coming in, Uneli Swamni. Good morning. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Sivugile fam. Hashtag Happy Thursday. Amen. It's a beautiful spiritual throwback Thursday today. And of course, we are glad you are joining us.
Yeah,
Neliswa.
definitely.
Okay, and she comes back to say that's insane. Of course, she was joining in the conversation, as you can too in the chat. And of course, she comes back to say, Vooka year end, are we invited? Okay.
Yes!
No.
So that's what she was talking about.
There
That's
isn't-
insane. Uguti.
Yes!
There's no thing. Nelly, I'm sorry. You would be invited if it were happening.
Vooka Nations,
But unfortunately,
please stand with me on this one. The Vooka Nations will stand with me, and then they will
guys.
help me toy the upper heads.
no, you can't. Here's the thing.
Vooka,
Even
Vooka year
before we
end,
get
are we-
to
she- no,
it's
she-
happening or
she-
not,
She asked, Vooka year end, are we
Manele,
invited?
it's a thing of when KPMG does a year-end function, it doesn't invite its clients.
Woo-hoo. Why not?
It's a year-end function
celebration.
for the office.
Platforms have celebrations, and then they open it up to people like
Yeah, but this is
Vooka
a
Newton
year-end-
and
yeah.
like an event type thing.
That's an event. Yes. No, we're not. We are not. We will celebrate
Askisi-
Afriperry's
Askisi
birthday around
Neliswa,
Christmas
but
time.
no.
But you can come and
no,
celebrate my birthday
no.
with me. It don't matter, child, because
Okay,
I got
so-
you, boo-boo.
Oh, yeah, but
Yes.
personal
Priscilla-
invite there.
Priscilla no delete her.
Oh, delete her. Why
comment
delete her?
ya
Why
gagwe.
did she delete? But yeah,
Konje,
it's fine.
what did she say there, Steven?
But she deleted it, so of course
No,
I got
tell
fooled.
us. You're not saying.
I got fooled.
But it wasn't derogatory or anything, right?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. But
it wasn't okay.
Priscilla's my sister. I heard you asking.
Yeah, make it like, hey, make it. Is that like your fam, man?
No,
Is
she's
that
my
your
sister.
fam, bam?
Priscilla is a sister of mine. So, on a day-to-day basis. Before Refeta.
How?
So to everyone who's celebrating their birthdays, or who should be celebrating their birthdays, and people who are born on this day, we wish you a very, very, very huge happy birthday. And of course, if there's anyone else that you might know who is celebrating their birthdays today, please do reach out to us, send through their picture so that we can help you wish them a very happy birthday. But with that being said, from us, the Vooka Breakfast Show, we say
Happy birthday! Yeah!
hip hip hooray!
Hooray!
Hey, nice one. And we hope the year ahead will be filled with laughter, joy, and all things great and amazing, man. Yes, sir. And then, of course, on a day-to-day basis, we always give you words right on the Vooka Breakfast Show. And these words are aimed at improving both yours and our day-to-day spoken languages. And, of course, ultimately our vocabularies. And the reason for that is because the English language is very varied and beautiful, right? And it is sometimes confusing with its inclusion of non-phonetically spelled words and, of course, complex grammatical rules. But however, it also has many unusual and very cool meanings and definitions to these words. And these words and meanings are very cool to discover, right? And today is no exception whatsoever. And the word for the day on this Thursday morning, the 24th of July, is eudaimonia. 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 Hey, guys, spelling, pronunciation. But you know that I will make sure that I found the correct pronunciation. So, eudaimonia is spelled as follows: EUDAIMONIA. That's EUDAIMONIA, eudaimonia. And the definition of this word, or the meaning to this word, is a state of being content, thriving, and aligned with one's highest self or virtue. A state of being content, thriving, and aligned with one's highest self or virtue. And how you can use this word in a sentence is as follows: practicing mindfulness and living with purpose brings me closer to eudaimonia. Practicing mindfulness and living with purpose brings me closer to eudaimonia. Similar words to this word is fulfillment, flourishing, and spiritual harmony. Very cool, tying it to like spiritual alignment on a Thursday.
See what you do,
see
man.
what I
see
do
what
there,
you
man.
do with the word of the day.
I try,
Man. You
I
keep
try,
it to
man.
the theme.
I try, I really do try. It's not easy, but I do try.
But it's
try,
not
man.
easy. But I know, good to you find
Thank
it.
you.
You find it because
Yeah.
the English language is so vast.
It is absolutely. So let's quickly find the correct pronunciation of the word eudaimonia. Let me see there very quickly.
Eudaimonia.
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 Ah, very cool stuff.
Eudaimonia.
Eudaimonia. Very cool stuff. Talk to me. How would you guys use this word in a sentence? A state of being content, thriving, and aligned with one's highest self or virtue.
Being able to come to the Vooka Breakfast Show makes very
brings you eudaimonia.
Yes.
There we go. Nice one, Afri. TC, how about you?
Today's conversation with Gerson Mutsumi brings
promises to bring
eudaimonia to anyone who is struggling with addiction.
Today, wait.
No, I mean
Correction.
eudaimonia. Very cool stuff. We would love to hear your thoughts, your opinions, and everything else in between. And of course, how you would use this word in a sentence. Eudaimonia, a state of being content, thriving, and aligned with one's highest self or virtue. Virtue. Hey, you know that thing? Virtue. Yeah, man. So that's the word for the day. And of course, both you and I and the rest of the team need some inspiration on a day-to-day basis. And what I can say to you is that you are so strong, and I know your strength and positivity will take you places. You're very strong, and I know that your strength and your positivity will take you places. And of course, as you hang out with us right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, where we give you a daily dose of positivity and an energetic start to the day, man. How can you not do great stuff on a day-to-day basis? And there's a quote that says, when I believe in something, I'm like a dog with a bone. And this is by Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, wow.
When I believe in something, I'm like a dog with a bone, because a dog is relentless when it has
Yeah,
that bone.
man.
Chief, it won't let it go. And I think this one, I resonate with it very, very much. Because I'm one of those people, if I believe in something, I really do stand on it. Like,
Stand on business.
million, Chief, if I believe in it.
Hey.
And it's not to say that I'm not in a position to be swayed differently, or to be given a different perspective.
Okay.
Because I can. I absolutely do stand to be corrected all day, every day, But when I believe, wait, Chief Kiayema, I get that as literally million.
One against me.
Yeah, man. So, we've been talking for a while, and like TC said earlier on, we are going to be joined by Gerson a bit later on, right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. He's going to be coming in person and just sharing his story with his work as a social auxiliary worker. Can't wait to get into that conversation. But with that being said, do keep sharing your thoughts, your opinions, and everything else in between. And then for now, let's go pay our bills. Grab a cup of coffee, light a kettle, warm yourself up.
Before that break,
talk to me, Afriberry.
Before that break, let's give you words of inspiration and obviously a quote to keep you motivated for the day, right? Okay. So inspirational message for today is that you are so strong, and I know your strength and positivity will take you to places.
I said it.
You must believe it. I want you must say it with passion.
I just said it.
You are so strong, man. Bona wena utilo feta tibeka ikena ka mahara metsi a chesang.
Oh wow. Afroberry.
Man. Let's go over for a break. I'm a guru master.
So with that being said, let's pay our bills, grab a cup of coffee, a glass of water, and then you and I and the ladies will see each other right after this. Cool stuff.
Escape the ordinary and discover the extraordinary with Swellapil Tours. Whether you're a group of friends or a family looking for a memorable getaway, Swellapil Tours has you covered. Our all-inclusive tours take you to South Africa's most stunning destinations, from the scenic beauty of Mpumalanga to the vibrant life of Gauteng and the coastal charm of Durban.
This is Ted, the Wild Irish Comedian. You're watching Vooka Breakfast Show. Tune in every morning, Monday to Friday.
Brought to you by the Blinko Network is what we do. And we aim to have bold conversations that are all-encompassing, compelling, and of course thought-provoking conversations and discussions that are hopefully going to give you a positive mindset shift and provide you with so much information and knowledge. And you know that you're always hanging out with myself, the one and only MOOCEE. Mr. My name is Musi. Mr. And I'm so happy and I'm excited to be both in your presence and in your company on this lovely Thursday morning, the 24th of July, 2025. And this is where we give you your daily dose of positivity that is accompanied by an energetic start to the day. Only and exclusively where radio meets TV on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network. I'm not alone and I'll never be alone. But with that being said, do keep sharing your thoughts, your opinions, and everything else in between by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. So that's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms. But you can also dial in and keep on interacting with us on our WhatsApp line using the number 060-493-3226. So that's 060-493-3226. Comment, like, subscribe, do the things that are necessary to be done so that you and I and the rest of the Vooka Nation and the Vooka team, the Vooka family, can keep sharing our thoughts, our opinions, and everything else in between. Right now, on the table of discussion, we're joined by the one and only station manager,
Bonini.
Hey! Yes, sir. And of course, you know that whenever Banela is sitting here on the desk, we're about to talk all things tech. And I always find that conversation very interesting and informative, and we learn new things. I mean, right now, a second ago, we learned about the
Apple Vision Pro.
Apple Vision Pro. Yep. Yeah. So talk to me, Mr. B. Before, how's it going? How are you doing? How are you feeling?
Doing good. I'm wearing a t-shirt. Summer is coming back, so
summer, can't tell you.
Yeah, no.
Ka July.
I mean, it's getting warmer.
Okay.
I mean, Steve was in shorts yesterday. Yeah. The mic is
There
on.
we go. There we go.
It just needs to be boosted.
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
That's all.
I saw Stephen was wearing shorts and I was like, but this guy.
Ujari rice crispy cigar whiskey. Oh.
He just wanted to look sexy for all the ladies we were to see it. Tate zonke primary school.
Tate zakho.
Tate zakho nkosi yami angazi why this poor school.
Waring
I
wena.
can never get their
Tate
name right.
zonke.
Tate zonke. I'm like, yeah, because yazini ngifuna labantwana bethathe zonke, bathathe zonke leyibusise eziphumathi.
Was Stephen agqoke ishort?
Mashort.
Stephen, what was happening? Talk to me, my brother. What was the shorts? What was the thing with the shorts?
No pun intended. I was looking quite dapper.
How's that a pun?
So no. It's because we did a photo shoot. Yeah, it's fine. But I was looking quite nice yesterday. I had shorts
I
on.
can't see you, Steve.
Stephen, you're seriously looking at the camera and they can't see you.
No, guys, remember, it's
Hey, man.
it's not easy sitting there, right?
There's a lot, yeah. There's a lot that goes-
Yeah, as I was saying, yeah, I had shorts on yesterday. I was looking quite nice, man. Shorts tucked in, the hoodie, tee on top of the hoodie. It was, yeah, man, content creator vibes,
Nonsize
So,
maotwana.
yeah.
Yo, I'm not sure about content creator vibes, but anyway.
Nansize maotwana maobane.
Mr. B, talk to us, man. What do you have for us in store today?
Yeah. Do you have a TV license? Wait, sorry. I started the question wrong. Do you have a TV?
I have a TV.
Do you have a TV license?
No.
Happy period.
I don't have a TV.
Or a TV like that.
So it doesn't make sense for you to have a TV license.
No, it doesn't, because I don't have a TV.
Talking about SABC, guys, the state at which it's in right now.
Okay.
Santec, remembers the company that does the whole signal
Sure.
thing for the TV
Sure.
stations and the radio stations. So they were threatening to shut down the signal because SABC owes money.
Yeah, my TV license.
Yeah, meaning that, but I doubt it's going to happen. I mean, SAA a while back, they got bailouts because they were running at a loss.
Okay.
But then the new CEO, Nomsa, which she became CEO in 2023, she's been asking for bailouts. She's been asking for funding to cover most of these costs. But as a result, she hasn't gotten them. So Santec is threatening to shut down the entire signal.
Why? What's the reason?
Because they owe money. SABC owes money to Santec.
Oh, I see.
So
But
they're running-
Santec needs to also understand that South Africa, we are broke. As much as yes, TV licenses need to be paid and all of that. Let me get this: is paying a TV license a once-off payment or like a monthly payment thing?
Look, you can pay it monthly. You can, but typically most people paid for the entire year. So you get your TV license, and it's something that you have to constantly pay for every year.
Okay, so how much is a TV license?
I don't know. It's about 270 somewhere there.
270. You still need to pay for prepaid electricity. Umntwana uye crèche,
But
bhadela.
let me ask. When last were you at Groove, and when last did you buy alcohol, a can, drinks?
You were the last time I was at Groove was in January. Even my friends are ashamed of having me. No, seriously, like the last, you can ask a group of my friends, like
Besides
the
Groove-
last time.
Besides Groove, when last did you pay for something that's a non-essential?
I think that was like a month ago.
Right. So, cool. We do.
And I spent 20 rand.
Yeah, but we do spend money on other things that are non-essential. So yes, electricity, we need it. You pay for it. I mean, imagine if we go into a country where it's dark because we don't pay Eskom. That's not good. So anyway, with the SABC, Santec says, look, we will shut down the signal because they owe money to us.
Okay.
Now, the CEO says that, look, government should be the one that's paying for
TV licenses.
not TV licenses,
The
but
signal.
paying Santec for Santec to be able to broadcast across the entire country.
Okay.
Remember, Santec is responsible for the SABC channels,
Okay.
and we're talking analog, as well as the radio stations.
Sure.
So if they do shut down, it means no broadcasting. But remember, as a constitutional right, you do have the right to have access to news, warnings, and all of that.
Sure.
Which makes it a bit tricky on their side to actually shut down the signal.
Which I doubt it's going to happen anyway, because it is a constitutional right. So government doesn't want to give SABC money. They don't want to bail them out. So there has been a talk about finding other funding solutions for SABC. And one of them is, it was just in talks, it's something that's not officiated yet.
Sure.
One of them is when you go and renew your driving license or your car disc.
You have to pay. You also have to pay for your TV license.
Yes. So in other words, you will not be able to renew your car disc or your license if you owe TV license.
So how do they monitor? Because I mean, I'm thinking of when you pay your disc or you pay for your traffic fines, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have a way that they monitor.
Yeah.
Right. So with the TV license one, because I know a lot of us who have bought TVs probably used someone else's license, right?
Yeah. Or you bought it just once.
And you
for
never
the
paid
purchase,
it. Yes.
But then
you never
when
paid
you continue,
it.
yeah.
So
we just go to
I
my
know,
friend.
My aunt was someone who was very adamant about the payment of my hand was adamant about the payment of TV licenses. And I was like, I chief man. Because TV relaxer. It's only like Libo Mitlakasi where they can actually cut your electricity at your house alone, or they can cut the pumping of water at your house alone.
Yep.
You know, so how is it monitored, Mister? Because I've always wondered, and I've never done my research or like read up on it. How do they monitor who doesn't pay for their license?
Because, just to also add on, because I think for me it's also going to be a bit tricky. If they say they're gonna battle kopantsha le taba gore motho a tsamaya le renewa or alo etsa disk ya hae ba tlo tseba jwang gore ke mang o sa patelang ke mang o nang TV license and who doesn't have it, because a lot of us, you find that I have a car, I need to go renew my license, but I have a TV sitting at home. I just don't have a TV license. So how, like, literally?
But remember, these are just ways in which they are thinking of introducing new funding models for the SABC.
Sure, I get
something
that.
that's not officiated. I think last time we also spoke about them wanting to charge a radio license for car stereos. It was just an idea that, look, if you have a car stereo and you're listening to radio, then you have to pay a radio license to the SABC. It's not officiated. It was just ways of trying to find alternative models of funding the SABC, because when they were looking at stats, only 15% of the registered TV license holders are paying for their TV licenses, meaning that when they were billing for TV license, it should have been around 4.2 billion in rands per year. But then what they got is 800 million, meaning that 85% of people that are TV license holders are not paying for TV licenses.
Okay.
So 4.2 billion compared to 800 million that came back. That's like a huge difference. So people are complaining because in terms of the programming, there's repeats, there's nothing innovative, and it's just basically, if you want to watch news, it's Xhosa and Nani, that's where SABC comes in.
Sure.
And part of their mandate is to give programming that will be available in all different languages.
Sure.
And which is a huge task. Imagine if we were to create programming that caters for different languages.
Sure.
It's tough,
Sure.
right? So the CEO then says, look, according to what they see on paper, more and more people are choosing OTT over the air, which is your streaming networks like your Netflix and so on. And people are willing to pay for that. So they're looking at going to find a new funding model that people can also pay for. But at the same time, there's also that huge discrepancy between, but remember, it's your constitutional right to have access to information. You might just think, yeah, but you can get information over the internet, but that's not how it works.
Sure.
Because as much as we may have fiber, but the truth is that a lot of people are still not connected.
Like,
even if they
like
are,
Tim mentioned.
even if they are, I know a lot of people that have fiber, they did install it, but they're not paying
Don't know
it.
how to. I mean, firstly, not paying it, sure, but also don't know how to make use of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. To access these other platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Very, very interesting. It says here, in South Africa, to obtain a TV license, you need to follow the following steps. The cost is the first one. The annual fee for a TV license is 265 rands for first-time applicants. Renewals can be made annually before the license expires, with monthly payments available at 28 rands, totaling 336 rands per year.
Yeah.
And then the second step is application. You can apply for a TV license at your nearest post office or at an authorized retailer. It's mandatory to have a valid paid-up TV license if you own a TV set. The third step is validity. A TV license is valid for 1 year, and the license period is indicated on the license itself. Make sure to renew your license annually to avoid penalties.
Yeah, no, true. So the challenge here is that how we consume content or television nowadays is different. So the CEO did mention that the formula or the TV license formula does not exist, or it's not for this current age.
Okay.
It's a model that worked back then, but then when it comes to what we have today, it honestly does not work in today's day and age.
Sure.
So they need to find alternative ways to raise money. So in today's day and age, you've got your phone, you've got a PC that can access SABC.
Sure.
I mean, props to them, because in terms of over the air, there is the SABC Plus app, which gives you access to all the SABC channels as well as the radio stations.
Yeah.
However, if you own a smartphone and you've got a projector, it means that you can still access the same
Or like an
programming,
iPad like
or
those,
an iPad.
or a tablet, or whatever the case, yeah.
Yes, or an iPad. You can still access the SABC. So another funding model that they once explored, but it was just in talks. You'll find this one funny, Steve, because they were thinking of charging a TV license for computer monitors. Computer monitors, right? So where we are right now, things are changing.
Yeah.
And the previous model of funding the TV license honestly is not working. And the other thing is that a lot of these government-based institutions, they do get bailouts whenever they are in trouble. But this story, we've seen it multiple times where SABC was bailed out in the past.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was.
many
And not
times.
even once or twice. They have been bailed out multiple times by the government. But for some weird reason, the money always still gets misused all the time. It's the same as SAA and ESCOM.
Yep.
So, I mean, I've never understood the concept of a TV license. A driving license, sure. So, but because as it says, it's an annual thing. At 336 per year, right? 336 per year.
So that 20 rand.
28 rand.
28 rand,
It's
that's
28 rand,
basically
but
for monthly.
You could, I can give you 8 rand, and then you can go pay monthly.
So like, what are you exactly paying for? Are you paying for broadcasting rights, or are you paying for the signal? Like, what am I paying for?
So as a citizen of South Africa,
Sure.
there are things that we expect from the government. So for example, when it comes to the roads, hospitals, and everything else, they found a way to get funding through taxes.
Sure.
Which is also one of the things that they were exploring as well, to say that can we have the TV license be part, or SARS can come through and assist from that regard, where they were even looking at enforcing a garnishing order on your salary if you owe a TV license. But anyway, So this amount is because you're a citizen and it's your constitutional right to have access to information. There is a fee as a citizen that you need to somehow contribute or pay, and that will then go towards that. So the other things like your licenses and your hospitals, they found a way through taxes to say that this is how we're going to fund it.
Sure.
But for television, they haven't. For them, it was, let's do a TV license, but that's something that they did years back, like decades back.
I remember.
But it's not working right now. So either it's something that needs to be put inside taxes, where taxes will be raised, which will then fund it. But at the same time, they also have an obligation to give us programming that we want. So yeah, that's.
But what are you actually paying for?
What are the benefits? I think the real question is, what are the actual benefits of actually having a TV license? Because you need to have a TV license. I can still go buy a TV, go my friend, and it won't need me a TV license.
Yeah, but remember when you contribute, let's say, or pay your TV license, your grandmother, your mother can listen to the news and understand what's happening in and around the country. Right?
I get that.
So for those individuals that are performing the task, the journalism that takes place, the Santec, the one that is responsible for the signal. Those individuals, where should the money come from?
Yes.
Okay, I get that.
Right?
I get that.
So that's where the TV license money should go. But then obviously there's been embezzlement of funds, misuse of funds in the past, and the quality of programming right now, it's
Very
terrible.
poor, Chief. That's why
It's
people have
very
been
terrible.
boycotting MultiChoice and DSTV over the past couple of years. Guys, you're making us watch the same thing all over again. And
yeah, apparently also a France company will have a stake in MultiChoice.
Oh.
Yeah, so, but then I think this is done to improve the quality of programming. It's very competitive nowadays.
the hope
yeah.
is that the quality will improve.
Yes.
I know a couple of my friends, every time they come to my house, they're always like, Musi, why are you still paying for DSTV? Because I want to shebang, you know. And it's sad, man, because I remember back in 2007 when we first installed DS at my house. Sheesh, man, I come from an era, I'm sure you would remember, Mr. B. Dish used to have games. DSTV used to have games. You don't know that, Steve. DSTV used to have games, Chief.
And interactive news.
Yeah, this was, like you would tap into live weather.
And interact, yes.
It was crazy. This was back in 2007, 2008. And then over the years, I remember like the Action X, the channel for Action was called Action X at the time. And then they rebranded the channels over the years and turned them into channel 100, 101, 104, 103, and the channels that we have now. But yeah, man, like there was a time where Dish was the thing. And now also not Dish, because I remember Top TV tried competing at some point and they couldn't keep up. And they disregarded it. And then...
and it's because of programming. They didn't have like sports and all of that, so...
Starset also came in at some point.
Oh, yes.
Starset also tried to compete. They couldn't keep up. They couldn't come up to that level, you know. So, but you know, because of streaming and platforms like Netflix, streaming on illegal sites is...
Hey, that's something we should cover, because...
That's also a thing, man.
I've been made aware of some apps.
Yes,
you can download
I remember you mentioned. We spoke about it. Yeah,
and I was shocked because some of the movies or series that are there, you find that there is something that's available on Apple TV, a mixture of Netflix, a mixture of Disney Plus.
Disney.
Now, when I ask people that subscribe to these things, and funny enough, they pay money.
Yes.
But there's also live DSTV channels.
Yes.
Like so you get the entire premium package for like 100 and something rand. And the way that you pay for it is also done in a way that you don't really create an account, but you buy a voucher.
Yes.
Right. So it's something that, I know Netflix has been wanting to crack down the password sharing and all of that stuff. But this one is it's crazy.
It is
It's
completely.
crazy. I won't mention names, but in this particular app, you can find almost everything.
Everything.
On that app.
I have a site where I used to have one site. No, I will admit I'm one of those people. There's one that I used during COVID from 2020. I mean, now I can mention it because it's been taken down. Look Movie.io. Chief, Look Movie had everything. So part of the reason that I got things like Netflix and Disney, and I started making use of Bob Prime and all of those things, right, was there were certain shows that I was looking for. The first one I know that I was really looking for was Grey's Anatomy. And Grey's Anatomy on DS, the channel that it was playing on, I think it was channel 125.
Isn't it Universal?
Yes.
Because
It was taken
Universal likes
down.
playing it.
It was taken down. 125 or something. Yeah, Universal plays it, but there was another one. It's only Universal. I forget what the channel was. So channels like both Vuzu have been taken down for whatever reasons. Channels like 103.
V Entertainment
has been, those kinds of channels have been taken down, and there were programs there where some of us were fans. We followed, followed. So Grey's Anatomy had been discontinued because that channel was taken down, and so I was looking to follow up on the next seasons and the other episodes, and I looked into getting Showmax. So I asked someone to share their passwords, and it didn't have internet, so I didn't sign up for Showmax myself, and largely because I don't really consume South African telenovelas and stuff like that for my own personal reasons.
No, but Showmax now has HBO.
I remember you showed me the last time. But now they've made it a bit more broader and vast, in terms of the programs that they offer. But then I came across these sites. I was just scrolling through Reddit and stuff, and then lookmovie.io. I jump into that thing.
Mean, they can close one now, tomorrow.
Then they open up another iOS. It's crazy because they did, and then on Reddit, someone was like, "No, guys, they've closed this one, but here's another one that popped up. Make use of this one." So it's just the changing of one or two numbers or letters in the what do you call it?
The domain.
The domain, yeah. And it's crazy, but it's still the same thing, And then I started coming across things like both free movies, 123 movies, the Office TV type of thing. There's a lot out there, and all of them offer at different speeds of streaming,
quality,
the different quality and stuff like that. And you can differentiate. I know I can watch. I can make use of this one if I want to watch. And it's crazy, man.
Which is interesting because the labor of wanting to watch something.
Yeah.
And when you want to watch it, you first have to jump through hoops to find what it is that you want to watch, how you're going to watch it, the quality. For me, this is what I've discovered, that I would rather, for example, have a Spotify subscription.
Okay, over Apple Music.
Well, it's one of the same thing. Let's just say a music streaming subscription.
Okay.
Right? Rather than having to go to, I think it was Skull MP3 at the time.
Okay.
Because back then you were downloading one song at a time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was just too laborious for one to go through the entire process.
So we just go to Tubidy.com.
Yeah, so one would rather prefer, look, let me just pay for a subscription, and when I want to listen, it's easy. When someone says, hey, so-and-so has released a new album or a new movie has come out, you can get it.
Sure.
But I understand this is SA, there's, challenges financially so.
Sure.
So I'm not saying yes, I'm advocating for it.
For those sites,
but when it comes to the SABC, I think for me personally, I am open to finding a different way to pay for programming.
Okay.
But we still need some answers first, that what's going to change in terms of programming. And for the mere fact that SABC has analog and digital, can they also give, YouTubers, us, a platform on the digital platform on theirs to say, look, we're going to introduce more channels. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3. We're going to support
expand
creators.
a bit more, sure.
And then if you want to get this on the digital one, then you can pay something like
An
50 rands a
extra
month.
30 rands or whatever the case.
No,
sure.
no. For me, I feel like cut the TV license
All
together,
together.
right?
Oh, I see.
Cut it all together, and then they did have a program where they were giving out these satellites for people that are elderly.
Sure.
And
I
for some of
remember.
them,
Yeah,
they were subsidized. But I'm just saying, look, we're going digital. On the digital platform, because it makes sense to us and the generations moving forward.
Yes.
You can charge a additional fee for these additional channels, but then your SABC 1, 2, and 3 and the radio stations keep it at no cost. But then when you start introducing more channels where we are now making content that is relevant for today's youth and beyond, then they can start adding a fee to say, look, if you want to access these channels or these stations, then you can pay something like 20 rands a month. You know?
I see what you mean.
Yeah. Rather than your car being
Like
fused,
so it's on TV
monitor.
like
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
Yeah.
What it's bringing up for me is, on Instagram, I don't know if Facebook does the same thing because Meta is now, I get it into one, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram. But on Insta, there's this thing where, of course, even with us on our page on Instagram as the Vooka Breakfast Show, where you add links. You remember when we went through that whole process where I was linking the pages and stuff with the links. I've seen on other people's channels, there's like exclusive, right? Where you pay a certain amount, similar to what we do with members only.
Member,
Yeah. So I've seen on Instagram there's that thing as well, whole exclusive content, and you pay just to follow that person and see what they get up to outside of the normal content that they produce and post on their thing. So maybe that could be a thing for SABC they can explore. Nah, man, like for an extra 50 rands, because DSTV has slightly tried to venture into that thing where Bomek G now, on these platforms as their podcast, but they're podcasters, right? Bom Toli Bosino, Open Podcaster, also now on DSTV, and you can access them on your TV as opposed to your phone or your tablet or your iPad or whatever the case. So maybe they can look into that, where they give an extra platform to online creators.
Like us. I mean, imagine having a 24-hour channel, and there's different types of creators.
Online content.
You've got. I mean, we will start the morning off.
Of course. We'll start
where
radio
morning
meets
off,
TV,
right?
of course.
We start the morning off, and
Of
then
course.
there's other creators that come through on the program.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So there's, look, I've seen the couples exchanging phones on DSTV, right? So we can have multiple. Yeah, we can have multiple programming. But what's nice about it is, I think with the TV box, even if you don't have internet, but because it's a digital channel, like for example, with my grandmother's TV, it accepts analog and digital.
Oh, wow.
So when I tune it for digital, she gets like a clean signal with the programming, like in terms of the times to say what's coming next. And all of that. Yeah. So it's just like DSTV where you would look at the programs.
Sure.
Yeah. So as an additional channel, people without internet can still
also
be able
access
to watch and see all of this. So Kanjal, I think it makes sense. But for them to charge for the cars and the monitors.
I don't know if they want to make up the money that they misused.
No, man, that ship is sailed. Government should pay Santec. I don't want to lie because it's our constitutional right.
Yeah. It's like electricity for me. I'll come back. Sorry, everybody. It's like electricity. Now, the rates are ridiculous. I remember you guys were talking about it. 100 rands gives you less than 50 units.
Oh, way less than that.
Less than 50
30,
units.
30.
20 something actually, if I'm not mistaken. But it's 100 rand. And they want to cover the amount that they've lost with illegal connections and stuff like that.
Yeah, Eskom's looking at covering an additional 40 billion million.
Like,
You're
right,
covering-
guys, like, how long is that going to take? Yes, Afriberry.
And you see, one of the other ways that ESCOM is actually looking towards basically recovering the money that they've also lost, besides the illegal connections, it's basically also charging people who have solar panels. And for me, I find it very ridiculous because installing a solar panel is expensive in its own, and maintaining it is expensive. So why should I have to pay ESCOM for a solar panel in and which for me it doesn't make any sense. And they're saying that they're literally looking towards basically everybody who has a solar panel that's not registered. Now ESCOM has the right to literally shut it off if it's not registered under them, which is very ridiculous, man.
So can I chime in with that one, right? So in terms of infrastructure, if you're going to be using cables that belong to ESCOM, then they will charge you a tariff because you're using their infrastructure. But if you were to build a house today and the cabling, because for example, Guinea, the cables that go from the box on the street to your house, that belongs to ESCOM. So if you were to then create a system inside your house where you've got the solar and all of that, then you still need to pay a tariff to ESCOM because you're still using a bit of their infrastructure. The same way with Telkom, because if you're going to be using their lines and all of that, you also have to pay. But it's a different conversation altogether. If from the very start where we're going to install our cables, we're going to do this and that, and whenever you have solar, then that way you don't have to pay. But if you're going to be using my infrastructure, I know I need a cent from every R1. So I think it makes sense in my opinion, if it's explained like that. But also in the US, there's also or even other countries where you can give back to the grid, and then you can have a minus balance on your monthly bill. Did you know that?
I've heard that. Yeah. I've heard of that.
Yeah. So you've got solar, and different times of the year. Say, for example, in summer, because you're going to be generating a lot of electricity, you can give back to the grid, and then there's a way that they measure it, and you can then have a negative balance, which will probably come in handy when it comes winter. When
winter season comes through.
But essentially, if you've got a minus, it means that they owe you electricity.
Yes, because you've paid ahead.
And you gave back to the grid because your electricity that you generate, you give it to ESCOM then takes it, sells it to someone else. Yeah. So you can
like what banks do with your money if you've stored it. They take it and borrow and make investments with it, and then very interesting.
The problem with that one is basically making sure that you actually get the electricity itself, because getting things from the government as citizens is hard, man. Let's be honest, South Africa is run like a company.
PTY Ltd, man. Very interesting conversations. It's always interesting, Mr. B, the content that you bring, man, the discussions and the things that you bring to light when it comes to the world of tech. I'm sure that, like all of us right here in studio, you have gotten a piece of or a nugget of information and knowledge, man. So very, very cool stuff. I see a couple of you have jumped onto our YouTube comment section, right? Let me try and get that one for you very, very quickly. Hector Takalani came through saying, oh yes, Neliswa, are we invited for the year-end function? Very, very cool stuff. And then TK continues to say, lol, Stephen knows there are no dogs around Kasi. So this is in reference to Stephen wearing a pair of shorts yesterday. Very, very funny. And then hey, Mr. Martin, I see you, my brother, saying, hola, Mr. Mr. I see you, man. Thanks for tuning in. And then the last one on our YouTube comment section is coming from Bukhosi Maselwa saying, Bo Waka TV. Yes, Waka TV. I can remember that. Yeah. Hey, Maselwa is in. Yeah, Bukhosi Mana is Braga. Well, Jumpy says it's a Waka TV. But I remember that one as well. But yeah, very interesting conversations that we have here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network. So, with that being said, let's quickly, very, very, very quickly run to the loo, grab a glass of water and a cup of coffee. And then after the break, like TC mentioned earlier, we're going to be hanging out with Gerson Mutsumi, who is a social auxiliary worker. I can't wait to find out what that term means, man. Very interesting conversations, and we always try to bring you interesting people right here in studio, and of course from time to time as online interviews and conversations. But with that being said, 57 minutes after the hour, 9 o'clock. This is 3 minutes before 10 o'clock. Very quickly run to the loo, come back, and then we're going to get into the conversation with Gerson. Very cool stuff. Cool stuff. Hey family.
Hi.
My name is Tisiga Mazbugo Shabalala.
My name is Moketi Maimane.
My name is Musi Miss.
My name is Ketue Mguni.
On the Vooka
Breakfast Show.
Every weekdays from 7 a.m.
to 10 a.m.
This is where we are going to have our topical discussion featuring various aspects from different fields.
We're going to take care of you, and it's going to be amazing, man. Right now, I'm on the set of the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network.
Do not forget to subscribe.
That's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms.
Vooka.
See you there.
So, I hope you are well kept, you are warm, you are hydrated, and you're keeping safe from wherever you are tuned in from. So, like I said just before we went for the quick break, we're going to be getting into a very interesting conversation with Gerson Mutsumi. So, before we go anywhere, the team right here on studio knows I'm very wary about pronunciation. Yeah, Mainabatu. So am I saying it correctly? Before we continue, before Rakagala, Gerson.
Yes, that's perfect. I wish I had a trends that I would give you.
Hey, come on, man. Man. You see what I did here, man? You have to be, maybe one day, you know? And it's so funny because I remember we were having a conversation a while ago. Sure, you can put the headsets on. It's too loud. Is it too loud? We can reduce it.
No, it's chill.
Are you sure?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. But I remember a couple of years ago, neke ba bela mo studio gore neke palama taxi gona le Pick and Pay just up the road mo main road ya rona, and so kaya be ke boy I jump into the ke dula mo pe le driver one so ke a dumedisa le kae pa re tena le kae re teng are o fella kae ke no mo tla se fale ha ke khakala are mo no mo tswana monna ke yes I am. I'm a born and bred Dobsonvillian. I've lived here my entire life. I don't know, for the fact that we was to another how to patel takes. So I get that, man. So welcome, guys. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I am going to ask one thing before you continue. Sure, you can not make use of the headsets, but with regards to the mic, I am going to ask you just to bring them closer or come in closer so that we have better sound for both you and I, and then of course for everyone else who is listening and watching. So let's get into it. Introductions very quickly. Kim Musi, this is the Vooka Breakfast Show, and this is the team. So who am I talking to, and who is everyone else watching and listening right now?
Okay, now my like Gerson Lebogang Mutsumi.
Okay.
From Clayview Clinic Drug and Alcohol Rehabilitation Center.
I see you.
Based in Pretoria.
Yes, sir.
I'm a social auxiliary worker. Yeah, working with Batowa their addiction.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. But you're not alone.
Yes.
You didn't come alone.
No.
Talk to me, my brother. Who am I hanging out with?
This is John. My name is John. Just John. Let's
just John.
Yeah, we'll just leave it there.
Okay.
So basically, a marketing head for the clinic. I make sure that the information about the clinic and what we do gets to the relevant people. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Very, very cool stuff. Just John. I like that. Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. So welcome, guys. Welcome. So let's start here. Someone is just like myself, right? Outlining the term social auxiliary and is wondering, what is that? Before we get into the work that you guys do at Clearview, what does the term mean? Yeah, social auxiliary, and what does it come with? The work it entails behind the term.
The simplest way of explaining social auxiliary work.
Yes.
Social auxiliary workers, they play a supporting role to the social workers.
Yes, sir.
So we do not everything that social workers do. We've got a level of interventions. The only thing that social workers don't do is individual therapy and then statutory cases. As I'm saying, we play a supporting role to the social workers. If there's this way, a simplest way of putting it, I can say we are assistants to social workers.
I see.
Yes.
I see. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Wanakoha, you're perhaps wondering, what is this conversation going to be about? This is the healing journey and breaking free from addiction and rebuilding your life, right? It's going to be an honest and, of course, hopefully an empowering conversation about the process of healing and coming from addiction with the work that Clearview does, and of course the work that Gerson and Just John do at Clearview Clinic based out in Pretoria. So let's start here. Because, I mean, we are inspired and pushed by different things, right? To get into the spaces and be involved in the spaces that we're involved in as different individuals. So what is the first thing that drew you to the work of addiction and recovery? Because someone else could say, come on, Mutsumi Mona, why are you working? So what drew you and inspired you and pushed you to find yourself working in the space of drug addiction and rehabilitation, of course?
You know, before I started working for Clearview,
yes, sir.
There was a time where I didn't understand or didn't have much information on addiction. So I always thought that addiction was a choice. So when I did my own research, I started learning that addiction is actually not a choice; it's a chronic illness. It's classified as a mental condition, health condition. So. The only thing that motivated me to do this job is that we know or we see that addiction it's now a pandemic. It affects everyone. It affects you. Either you are using or you are not using. Everyone, your kids, everyone in the community is affected by addiction.
Sure.
So being part of Clearview makes me feel...
like Superman, so
like a Superman, because I know that I'm trying to help someone change their life, to push them into the right direction, or to find themselves. Because when you are actively using, you lose yourself, you lose power over the substance. Now, making that difference, motivates me.
Wow, man. And it's very important work. It's essential work, you know.
It
and
is.
I feel like there's more people can benefit from doing this kind of work and, giving back to the communities that we live in. And I love how you say we're all affected by it. I myself have a brother who's late now. He passed on 2 years ago in August. And he was a user himself. And we used to fight day in, day out. He would bring the chomi go jartengi, go champiwa le bota bosigo, there's footsteps, there's traffic. And it was so sad, just as he was about to take the step to say, I'm done. He unfortunately lost his life. But in some shape, form, or manner, we're all affected. Whether it's in the house, family, whether it's you who is a user, or whether it's in the community. Because we are affected by those people. You're so anxious when you leave the house. Are they going to jump or at night? Stuff like that. So when people hear the term rehab, right? Rehab. Or someone I know is going to rehab. We tend to think detox, or it is completely stopping the use and abuse of substances, right? But the thing is, there's a difference between substance and truly quitting, right? Or healing, of course. So talk to me, what does the deeper healing look like when it comes to the experiences that you've come across, and what does it truly involve when someone says, you know what, Gerson, I am wanting to go to rehab and change my life?
That's a very good question.
Sure.
As I'm saying, addiction I get it's a mental condition. It's a mental health condition. So the term rehab or
Okay.
going to, or what does it mean to go to?
Yes,
to,
absolutely.
where go rehab. Going to rehab. A lot of people, Linda myself, I had a wrong mentality. My own perceptions got rehab. I thought maybe you are going to get chained up, they will beat you up. And as I'm saying, once I got to learn about addiction, I learned that you can never beat addiction out of a person. You can never pray addiction out of a person. You understand?
Yes.
So now coming to rehab, what we would do is that, remember, you mess up your own life when you are actively using. Okay?
Yes.
So the healing is not only about you getting detoxed. It is not only about you stopping the substance.
Okay.
Ne? Few things that we put focus more on. Ne? Things like let's like a mental health condition how.
Okay.
Ne? Or even like a mental health condition how. There are reasons. There are different reasons why people end up using drugs. Some were just having fun. Some were running away from a pain.
Okay.
They decided to numb whatever pain that they were feeling with the substance, which was the wrong choice. Some were experimenting only to find out that they will get hooked. Ne? So now, but when they come to rehab, they come banally, like this term, but remakes. So they will
I don't
come.
like that term. There's a girl
I don't
who
like
likes
it also.
I don't like that
But
term.
unfortunately, people
make use of it.
Yeah. When they come there, if we will only detox you, there's still things that need to be fixed.
Dealt
you understand?
with.
Yes. Things that you can never run away from. Ne? They've got anger issues. They are guilty about something. They are stressed about something. Ne? So we'll address those kind of issues. Maybe banally depression, anxiety, things like that. So remember, a person we try to help you heal your heart, your soul, and your body. As I'm actively using maybe nyaope, lose weight. Yes, it will detox me. I will go back to my weight, my old self. But I'm still carrying a lot of baggage that I need to talk about it. The therapist didn't touch. You understand? Another thing, we help people. People they no longer have relationships with their families. Everyone needs people around.
Definitely. Yeah.
You understand? So how user relationships get ruined, gets negatively affected, especially relationships with your parents, your partners, or whoever that loves you. So now this is where we help you fix those relationships and to reintegrate back into the community. You understand? We help you find the real you. The guessing that people know, how user Ramuluza. Even when I don't recognize myself anymore. So then rehab will help me, will give you tools to help me go and find that real guessing that we have lost.
Very interesting, very intriguing stuff. So John, talk to me, man. With the work that you guys do, that's it. And you said your involvement is on the side of
marketing.
Yeah. I see. So, but I'm sure you also have first-hand experience, Obabona, when the people are there to try and rehabilitate themselves and change their lives, right? In and around our communities and in the spaces that we're involved in, especially in the townships, right? We often see that addiction is met with quite a lot of tabooness, I guess, or shame. You know, we shame batho ba leng gore ba addicted or ba berekisa substance mo makeiseneng a rona. So how do we then as communities come together and we change and we have a shift of the mindset when it comes to shaming, and then we try to encourage healing as opposed to hiding? wa tlhaloganya cause ke la bona go na le motho tsiwang go gae hey re na le ditlhong we want to hide and say hi we ile ko malome mang kante motho teng we ile rehab as opposed to coming out and saying you know what guys we are facing a challenge go ndlwini as a family and Musi has gone to rehab to try and change his life. So how do we encourage that, the process of healing as opposed to hiding?
I mean, at the end of the day, it all starts with acceptance, which is very important. And also understanding the person's point of view, what's happening, what's wrong. Because as he said, that addiction, it's not only about just you or what you're smoking or whatever. There's a deeper problems beneath that, how you started. There's a deeper problems beneath that. So as a family or as the community members, we still have to understand, this person, he's like this. It's not only because warat. I mean, a lot of them, most they'll be saying, you, and the downside is that they don't have the resources. They don't have the that support structure. It's time for me to actually stop. Yeah, so that's basically it. Yeah,
I see. I love what you first said when you said acceptance.
Yeah, because like as you said already, there's a shame, around it. My brother is doing this, and in most cases, where it's I see when someone is actually an addict, let's just say a terrorist, for the lack of a better word. Because like Kokas, they'll know.
If anything happens, get on. Yeah. Just fell up by virtue of being more to Otsubandi drugs.
So again, also the family law now, if you are under pressure because they know at any time, any day, the community or someone would come and say, John did this, even though I said John. So when it gets to a point now when they send John to a rehab, over that shame, he won't be okay. He'll still continue smoking. So maybe that's why in most cases they hide or John will rehab. But as far as I know, it's less likely for them to actually hide or the person who went to rehab. Because I've seen a lot of people around me when I was growing up, they actually went to rehab. Some they relapsed. Some they found their lives back. There's this guy that I grew up with. He went to rehab maybe 2 or 3 times. Now when you see him, if you see him now, he's a changed person. So that kind of commitment also. Or family, even though he's a terrorist again, for the lack of better words, at the end of the day, high, you still have to accept and then give him the assistance that he needs. If there's money to pay for whatever, handle it.
Quickly adding on to what John is saying.
Sure.
The other thing, we hide. It's because, as I'm saying, we don't understand how addiction is actually a
mental health
condition. We think that, this one we really choose any drugs. Addiction, people often mistake addiction, but a choice. Addiction is not a choice. A choice, like this example, and John, I think, I always make this choice. I mean, this example, if no winter temperatures have dropped.
Yes.
I love swimming. If I were to jump into that swimming pool, swimmer, then the next day I have flu. Now, what is that flu?
But we get it. The flu is the result of swimming.
Yeah, but the flu, what is it? Is it a choice or is it an illness?
It's an illness.
It's an illness.
Yeah, you don't choose to get sick.
Yeah, I got sick because of making a wrong
choice.
You
yes.
understand? So there's a substance, there's addiction. I can use, I can try out maybe weed. Like myself, I once did weed go high school. People don't know. You understand? But I stopped. But I stopped because why? Addiction has got stages.
Yes.
So I was still on stage 1. I was still in control. Then I was able to stop.
Experimenting.
That is stage 1 experimental
stage.
Right?
Yes.
You understand? So now people hide this thing because they don't know what addiction is actually. An illness. So now the person has lost power and their life becomes unmanageable. when we do the step 1, we follow the 12 steps.
Yes, I was
program,
actually about to ask. Yeah.
That step 1, that is the most important step, because this is where I have to admit that, you know what, I've got a problem and I need help. So people hide away because of stigma. We call these people, look at my bizo, things like nyaupe boy. That is wrong to call a person that. An addict, it's wrong. Maybe I can say someone that has a problem with substance use, maybe substance use. Substance, what is the correct? English. Substance use disorder.
Yeah.
Things like that. We must find nicer ways instead of calling a druggie. You understand? A junkie. Those are ugly ways. So obviously I will hide away. No parent would want their child to be known as an addict, as a druggie.
Do you feel like those words contribute as well?
They contribute negatively. If you were to call a person with that name, they will say
those kinds of terms. Yeah,
they will just wake up and say, "I'm a druggie. I might as well continue." You understand? I'm a nyaupe boy. Let me go and enjoy my nyaupe.
Yeah. So what's the use of me stopping? Might as well continue with it.
And this thing, our jaja. You understand? Jaja, stigmatizer. Then obviously they will. You know, if you go to these negative things that we say to them, we don't know. Reba pushes us deeper and deeper into this addiction.
They stay with them.
Yes.
Very, very cool. And I love how you just mentioned the 12-step thing, the 12-step program, right? Because you might be wondering about Clearview. Clearview Clinic offers so much more than just a rehab. It's a full recovery space. And at the clinic, treatment blends the 12-step model with CBT, group therapy, art, equine therapy, and family reintegration, and of course ultimately spiritual counseling. So with all of these things that you guys have in terms of trying to make the process of healing and rehab slightly easier, how does the spiritual alignment fit into all of this, especially as a integrated approach, right? How? Because one would say, John, spirit, so now you're tapping into my spiritual side. What does that have to do with it? So how does that fit into the whole process?
I believe that we all have something that we believe in. We belong to somewhere, to someone. Renality beliefs, Renality religion. Those religions or those beliefs, sometimes, most of the time, into self-discipline. Now, if I can make this example, there was a former client, I phoned check.
Okay.
And I found the wife. The wife said, that spiritual coaching that you give in your facility, this person, when they come back from home, I rejoin in the church. You understand?
Oh, wow.
Now, that is a spiritual awakening. You understand? Neglect I'm someone who's a Sunday school teacher, a pastor or something. When I start using drugs, obviously maybe the church is against the substances. Obviously, I will start to do what? To disconnect.
Yes, definitely.
Then, obviously, when I disconnect, everything is a mess. Now, there's nothing that disciplines me, or there's nothing that guides me to doing right things. I will always make wrong choices. I will jump into that swimming pool, although it's cold.
Yes, the metaphor that you use, definitely, yes.
So now, the spiritual coaching, we are not enforcing Christianity or enforcing any other religion onto people. We are just offering spiritual awakening so that this person, there's this church that I know, they don't drink, they don't smoke. If I'm there and I get that spiritual coaching, when I go home, for me to remember, sobriety is a difficult thing.
It is.
Some people have been smoking for 15 years.
Yes.
Now, for him to stop, it's not only about detoxing, the 21 days or 24 days in rehab. It goes beyond. That. You understand? Now, if I were to find my way back to my church that says I must not smoke and drink, it's going to lead to a positive result.
Do you feel like it acts as an anchor of some sort, like grounding? So,
Yes, it grounds. Yeah.
You know what? This is something that I can make use of and go back to whenever the urge comes. Or whatever the case. I love that so much.
So we help you reconnect with whatever that you believe in. Ne? Remember, all of us are really higher power.
Definitely.
I can be your higher power. You are my higher power. John believes in ancestors or whatever. But whatever that we believe in, whatever that we believe in usually helps us to stay disciplined.
Very interesting stuff. Very, very interesting stuff. And this conversation is sparking quite a lot of interaction on our, YouTube comment section. And then TK comes through, Hector Takalani, saying, just one question. Why choose to be located Go PTA? Because I'm sure, he's probably basing it on the fact that there's so many, maybe he feels that there's so many people in and around our local communities, but I think it's a worldwide thing, not just more Kopitor or more Soweto or more Gauteng. All over the world, people are struggling with abuse. So why PTA and not somewhere in Soweto or something?
No, although we're in PTA, we do accept and assist people from everywhere.
All over.
Everywhere. Yeah. We've had clients from overseas, clients from every part of the South Africa.
Yes, sir.
So don't be limited by our location.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are there.
Come through, reach out. Reach out. Definitely. And then he comes back and says, is this an NGO? I want to take my friend Marcelo. So TK Hector le Marcelo are people who spend time with us on a day-to-day basis. And then Marcelo comes through saying, what am I addicted to, Hector? And then he responds and says, drugs and alcohol. And then Marcelo comes back and says, so should I say it also what you are addicted to? But then he says, now I have a cousin who ran away from rehab 6 times. So you still say addiction is not a choice?
It's not a choice. It is not a choice. Remember, if I'm actively using drugs, my priorities, they are change.
Okay.
Would you want to lose your salary over over the drugs? You wouldn't.
No.
Would you want to lose your marriage because of the drugs?
No.
You wouldn't. Would you want to lose whatever in negative? Remember, some people it directly affected to a point where health deteriorate.
Yes, definitely.
Negative life.
And stuff.
Yes. Liver is dying.
Yes.
It's giving up lungs and everything.
Yes.
But because this person has lost power, like I go doctor your liver, is giving up.
I would.
Now, remember the substance, the drugs. I wish you had 2 hours. The substance hijacks your brain. The substance hijacks your life, to a point where it's not you that is thinking of the substance. The brain is now used to the substance.
Oh, wow.
Your natural dopamine. It's lazy. I always put it this way.
Yes.
It's lazy because it's about the substance. Remember, the substance now becomes petrol to your brain, and your brain getting engine. How? Now, the engine, for it to function, it will need the petrol, right? So now, the only life that I will know is of a substance. Now, the substance, the brain itself, not me thinking of the brain of the substance. The brain says alcohol, alcohol in addiction, guys. Please, we must remember that.
You're saying this. We make fun of it in and stuff like that. I'm not an alcohol addict. I'm a drunkard. Right? And there's a difference. And maybe I stand to be corrected. I could be wrong, right? But in my understanding, when you're addicted to it, it means you constantly want to make use of it. You want to consume, right? Yeah. As opposed to being a drunkard. nka fetisa bo 5, 6, even a week, even a month. But the day ke bo kry-a mo jwala, ke tlo make sure gore I get drunk, chief. Yeah, I get drunk. So how do we classify the two? And what I'm asking that is based on the fact that there are occasional users of drug users, right? Yeah, Baba Berikisa upon occasion, man, it's recreation, man. We were having fun, Libo John. We were out somewhere, go Pitor, go Ayoba, or go propaganda, or whatever the case. How do you differentiate the two? And is it something that we can condone and say, it's fine? You make use of it once in a while, then we can't classify you as Bonyaope like you mentioned. Yeah.
The drugs had its one,
okay.
We've got Bonyaope, crystal meth,
okay,
which are most popular drugs now, are highly addictive. Ne? As I said, stages of addiction. Ne? Those occasional users, we are not condoning that they must continue using, but we are using only for recreational purposes.
Purposes, yeah.
Because if it's going to be recreational, believe you me, it will definitely lead to the next stage. And the further you go into the stages, the addiction, the more it becomes hard for you to come out.
Yo.
You understand? Addiction is a silent killer. It's a slowly progressive illness. Now you progress from one stage to another. But alcohol is socially acceptable, right? Stage 1, they can still control themselves, things like that. But when they move from stage 2 to stage 3, stage 4, this person, what we call functional addicts. You are other areas of your lives
function without it.
But now you are an addict that is functional, and you are going to definitely move to that stage. You are going to lose power completely, control and everything. You lose yourself. With alcohol, the dangerous part of it, how to go every day. I'm tired. Let me take a glass of wine.
I was about to say.
Yes, you understand. Every day when I come back from work, my glass of wine or tunyan, I dump or whatever. I take my supper with a glass of wine. That thing, addiction,
it's building up. Yeah,
it's building up. Then it will definitely lead to addiction. Stage number 7, final stage.
You're hooked.
You are hooked, and the end results is addiction if it's not dealt with. Death. As you said about your cousin.
I was about to say, growing up, we know it might not have been your own father, but bontate ba ko lekeisaneng ne re itse gore motho a tswa mmerekong a tle ga straight o lo feta somewhere a thole thunyana, and it's a daily thing, and like you say, it's socially acceptable gore man ke bontate man ba itisanyana mole. But it's actually a process that we're not conscious of. You are leading yourself to being an addict.
My aunt was like that, to a point. Now she's at a point where if Hassan, she little tremors, things like that. That is addiction, and she only drinks alcohol. She doesn't smoke anything. She's on alcohol. So, but don't understand or addiction. I mean, alcohol has addiction, and it's very dangerous. Banna no deliver the hey, no, the liver is no longer functioning. You understand? The linkons are you understand because of the alcohol.
I see you. So look, man. I mean, Clearview includes a daily meditation walk, right, and spiritual counseling as well. So. As staples in its program, how do these practices help clients to reconnect, with the deeper selves, and of course, eventually get to a point where they find peace and they are content with themselves and they accept, like you mentioned earlier, John, acceptance is the first stage. So when we go on these meditation walks and these the practices that you guys have in the program that you offer there, how do they help to find peace?
We offer what we call a holistic healing approach.
Okay.
So to try it's different to assist a person. So sometimes rehab doesn't work. You know, therapy. You are your own first therapist. You can go to psychologists or wherever. If you are not going to open up, you won't find that peace. So if you make use of the tools that are in rehab, that's where and that's how you will find yourself again. That's where you will find that peace that you've been looking for. You understand? As I'm saying, but they lose themselves like the relationship is they don't even think about my life is meaningful. You understand? So now, if we help through therapy, if you really, really open up, if you really commit to this journey, the sobriety, to the journey rehab, you will definitely make it. And unfortunately, I hate saying this. John spoke of someone that relapsed for 3 times. Unfortunately, relapse is also a part of the recovering journey, the recovery journey.
I mean, like Bokhosi said, Marcela said, this person went to rehab 6 times. Yeah.
So rehab, it only gives, it's a foundation.
Oh, I see.
You go to the doctor says, unale diabetes, pilaga, this kind of diet, things like that. The doctor is not going to go home with you. You are the one who's going to apply whatever that you've learned from the doctor. You understand? So rehab is like that. We will teach you, we'll give you the tools, but you are the one who has to make that call to say, okay, this is what I was told, this is what I was taught, I must follow the right path. Relapse mostly, guys, it create like a wrong crowd. We don't want to stop those friends. And
please translate for us.
If you are in a wrong crowd, you also do wrong. You will follow their lead.
Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are.
Yes. Otherwise, you'll feel like you are out of place. You don't fit in.
Yeah.
You understand? So relapse, it creates, I feel like a wrong crowd. Okay, the other things, still maybe Moto was going through something. But still they don't want to give him a second chance. People call him names, things like that. Dilo bottled inside.
Yeah,
then man. She's not worth it.
I'm not worth it.
Then I might as well go back.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So this is where we try to encourage people, or when you go out, go and join those support groups, NAACA. Come for your review appointments with our psychiatric doctor and make contact, keep contact. Maintain that contact that you have with your therapist. I always give people my number. Go to leave you.
Talk to me.
Talk to me.
Reach out.
If I know that you are going through this and this is beyond my capabilities or my powers, I will always refer you to someone that will help you. I will even speak to your therapist to say, your client is going through this and this and this. Make a contact with your client. But if you're going to bottle things and you sit in a corner, you are alone, you will definitely relapse. So relapse, it is, I feel like,
very interesting work.
That's one of the best things that makes us different from other rehabs, because like in most cases they just in other rehabs they just it's like a vacation for you to be away from whatever you're using. So with us, you still get your mental health support and everything that comes with it. So when you go back home, when you integrate back to the society,
we still keep in touch with you.
Yeah. And you did say earlier about someone who ran away from rehab 6 times or 3 times.
6.
Yeah. We've had clients who would say, I've been running away from rehabs. They come to us. They even get the chance, or it's open for you to even run away. It's different now because they see the atmosphere there.
It's different.
The place there, it's different. Even the area how it is. Initially, it was a lodge which was converted to a rehab. So imagine the kind of amenities that you have in a lodge. Now you're just relaxing, getting therapy, enjoying the gardens and everything.
It's conducive for rehabilitation.
Yeah, the place is very tranquil.
So when you think of running away, you're like, why would I run here?
From such a nice place.
I mean,
man.
And then when you even check your peers who are there, your therapists who are assisting you, you see, no man, there's more life to this. There's more life after rehab. There's more life without drugs. So that's pretty much it. You change.
I love it.
Other places they will also what they do, they don't follow this thing. Yeah, they believe in traumatizing people, punishing you. Rehab is not a punishment. Punishing you, chaining you up, beating you up. As I said, you can never beat addiction out of a person. Let's beat him up. You can never, you understand? So if and until people chain you up, how is rehab? You're going to come out an angry person.
Bitter.
A bitter person.
Resentful.
Mutu wa uisenga kwa utomo forever. You understand?
So now, you want ways to escape. So if you are in a place more comfortable, more accommodating for you, you even lose that mindset of I want to get out of here.
And another thing happen, Yabo fellow, I agree about addiction. So, we start having the physical, the negative effects. Like one of the effects would be maybe brain what you call psychosis, drug-induced psychosis, hallucinations. Then when you hallucinate, you hear and see things that are not there. I was named after my paternal grandfather. Now, imagine if I were to say I'm hearing senior Gerson senior's voice in my head, then my family don't understand horror. This is addiction. They take me to, not that I'm insulting any people.
No, but those people,
they will pay me, they will do whatever. And they will even say, I have a calling.
You have a calling,
Understand? That's why I always advise horror. I think they can see they can see this is beyond my powers. Let me refer to the relevant people. They must do that. If they mustn't say yes, we must pray or this person must accept help. If we must do whatever madlozi people by the dirang or madlozi I to share this person I go rehab, things like that. Mara, we must avoid or people by when they come out, but they are the very same thing. Then they start hallucinating. And one thing that leads to these hallucinations, it is the most famous drug, I justify, I glorify, which is weed. Dacha. They are
listening.
Dacha is your brain cells, guys. How about high school? Why is that? The brain cells. Now it becomes difficult for this person to retain new information. You understand? And then you go to the stages to study hallucinations. That's why Gerson's voice in my head. But when they know, they will say, and Gerson used to smoke weed. Now they justify the use of weed by saying, oh, what are weed? Or maybe someone will say, nah, weed connects me with my madlozi because I hear voices, the voices.
Or it calms me down.
Yes,
or it makes me function better.
Yeah.
There are a lot of justifications when it comes to weed.
There's THC, Kamara weed, tetrahydrocannabinol, which often leads to drug-induced psychosis. And as weed, guys, we must remember, it is not legalized. Rather, it's legalized. It's not legalized. It is decriminalized.
Hey, are you listening? It's not legalized. It's been decriminalized. So it doesn't mean outside strating It's just that fella, you won't get a criminal charge, right?
Yes.
That's what it means, right?
Yes, and a certain amount.
Same plastic
yeah, access to you, things like that.
Yes.
Around the use of marijuana.
And we always justify it, Chief. There's a lot of justification.
And weed can be a
gateway drug.
Gateway drug to other substances.
Yeah.
You understand? So now it's legalized. We smoke it in front of
the law. Yeah, or mobile khaban. Or it says it's in your mori occupy paying, it's a normal thing.
Yes, now one the mental it's okay to do weed. Yes. 14 years they do weed. 16 years they are on crystal meth. You understand?
Because the high is no longer the same. You
build tolerance. I like what you're saying. You build tolerance. Now you want something. Remember when you are an addict, the only thing that you are chasing is the high.
The high.
You understand? If you are an alcohol addict, nyaka go nwa anything and everything that is alcohol. That's another sign that this person is an alcoholic. You understand?
Yeah.
But I feel I say addicted to alcohol. Also now whatever brand, yeah, I don't know anything. But okay, also not this and this. Okay, I know get sharp.
Yeah, I mean, I've and get exposed, but I've been like that for a long time. No, man, I'm just because there's a certain brand, like I know what I prefer, and we have preferences, right? Like mukabo cold drink, so guys, I sena Sprite, Coke, I get sharp cold drink. Thank you, I appreciate get an mate. Or guys, I don't drink cold drink, can watch juicy fail. So I choose it. Thank you, Baholo, get lava sharp. I appreciate it. So I love all the things that you're saying, and I'm hoping and I'm trusting that anyone who's watching and listening is getting these nuggets of information and knowledge. So just in closure, very quickly, there's a family member out there of someone who's watching, listening to you guys, who's struggling, right? Got addiction, but they don't know how to help them. I had a brother of mine on Atsuba, and I might have not known how to help them. So what would you say is the best way to offer them help? And what should we avoid when I'm dealing limoto or is abusing these substances? Yeah.
Family members or people while on there, your loved ones, they mustn't, one thing that they must not do, they mustn't be superheroes. Number two, remember, addiction comes with denial.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, you will have to work hard. Maybe you can take this person to a social worker for them to get that counseling. Where they take involuntary admissions. Now, if there's a severity of this case, you can always apply for a court order, Section 33. You walk that path with a social worker. The social worker will help you apply for that court order, because now this person is a danger to themselves. They are a danger to other people. Now, this is where the Section 33 will
comes
work.
in. Yeah,
and then they will obviously come and the police will come and take the person to rehab. We involuntary admission. Sometimes what go rehab, especially these young boys, they come there angry at their parents, but 2 days later, Batomo change about this is how things are done. Then Batomo accept I have a problem. You understand?
I mean, there's Mr. Moloto, who's very famous now on our social platforms, and sometimes. But to Baba, they're like, I didn't sign up for this. So how do we navigate spaces here where now your family is saying, but Libo Joe, Libo Gerson should come through, but what's Musi, because Musi was so good, but I didn't sign up, it's involuntary. How do we navigate that space? Because there's a lot of stigma as well that's going around, and a lot of misinformation around the way Mr. Moloto does his work. So how do we navigate that?
How about Mr. Moloto, the family members, they are very desperate.
Okay.
So they want to do anything and everything that is possible to get their loved ones help.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
In case that's all about leave you, right now we don't come to collect you forcefully. Or else we will advise as I'm saying, we'll advise you to go to the social workers to apply for that court order. Under 18, you don't even have to struggle. Go rehab. Under your care. But an adult, this is where the challenge comes. Now, this person cannot do a decision at the end of the day. If now they are refusing whatever help they're trying to do, that's where people will resort to the places outside of Mr. Moloto. And even not even Mr. Moloto, only other places there are social thing. While they sodomize these kids, things. Only there was a boy that I personally know. While go rehab. They call it rehab, but they don't get visits, they don't get whatever. Now the boy was raped by the owner of that, by the pastor. I'm a rape this boy. You understand? So that's why they think, they come home desperate. I don't blame them. They want help. You understand? So Mara, the only in a professional way, in in a, I don't want to say lawful way. I don't want to use the lenient, lenient. It would be involving the professionals.
I see.
To take them to the social workers to come and do a home visit, and then this person, I feel the social worker when the severity of the case, now we could decide to apply for this court order.
Very interesting stuff. John, in closing, as much as there are family members who are watching out there, or friends, or people who have friends who are struggling, if there's someone from wherever they might be tuning in from, is someone who's struggling with addiction themselves, and they haven't told anyone, and it's a silent thing, it's an inward thing they are struggling with and they are battling, what would you say to them? How would you advise them to go about seeking help and making themselves better and transforming themselves for the better?
Yeah, getting help, that should be the first priority.
Yeah.
And then getting the best help, that should be the priority up there. So basically, what I'll just say is just the first step, yes, is you admitting that you want to get help. Then research, or where am I going to go? What am I going to do? Where am I going to get that help? I'm here as an advocate for Clearview. Yes, I know that we do great work. But if you feel like
Clearview is not for you.
Yeah, besides that, if you feel you still want to research more on other rehabs, we are here not just for Clearview, but to advocate on fighting this addiction thing.
Yeah.
As much as I'm advocating for Clearview that we produce great results, but then at the end of the day, we want you to be okay. So just find the help, get the relevant people. If anything, just come through to us. We're even able to assist you in navigating through the right channels. Yes, we are a private rehab. We work with cash, medical aid, and then there are those who can afford. They can still reach out to us. We will assist them in finding relevant people who can assist. We don't just say, when you don't have this X amount that we want, we'll let you go now. Just come through, and then we'll see how we can assist.
Yeah.
So us being a private rehab is just an alternative, because we know those government facilities, it takes quite a long for you to
you apply now, you only get a space next year. But as John is saying, we're a resource list. Okay, if this person, Ramona, they can afford, we'll always refer them to this other places.
The relevant people.
Yes.
Very cool stuff.
Sometimes we even go as far as checking on the person, did they finally find a play, got a spot, government, things like that. We don't just say, hi, no. This is a pandemic, it's a societal problem. We need to help each other to fight against it.
Definitely. Steve, talk to me.
I just wanted to know, prevention is better than cure, right? So how do you detect the early stages of someone that's dealing with addiction, like maybe perhaps a friend or family member, before things get worse, before they start stealing, before they start, going into the extreme stages of addiction? How do we detect the very, very early signs?
With Clearview, we try so much to educate the community about the substances. I've got radio interviews. I also have. Sometimes I do TV to educate the schools. We go to schools. We go to wherever just to go and educate people. Now, if you see that the person is in love with the substance, then you must have a concern for this might lead to addiction if it's not yet addiction. So now you will have to address this with the person and try to educate them and offer them support. When you reach out, don't come with judgmental remarks. Offer support instead of being judgmental. If you're going to be judgmental, you are going to alienate this person and you are going to push them away. So when I'm saying check if the person is in love with the substance, check how frequent are they using, especially with this alcohol and also legal substances like your medication, prescribed medication,
sleeping pills,
things like that. Mara, it's the drugs, it's that are hardcore. You don't even have to hesitate. That is going to lead to a danger zone.
Yeah.
They have to get help.
Yeah.
I see. Very cool stuff. On our YouTube comment section in closure, Takalani came through saying, oh, yes, why do they relapse maybe 2 or 3 times? And we've touched base, right?
Yes.
On the causes of relapsing. And you mentioned that it's also part of the rehabilitation process, right? And then he comes back, he says, alcohol can be controlled because I can go on more than a month without drinking. Can you say I'm an addict?
No. You are not an addict.
Okay. You answered, TK, hopefully.
You're not an addict.
And then the last one that he has, he says, I do hang around with people who smoke, but I cannot find myself wanting to smoke. I hate smoking, period.
It depends on how strong you are.
Yeah,
and
you're
how
self-disciplined.
you are self-disciplined and you are not easily influenced. You understand? But it's 1 out of 10 people by law they will not follow the lead.
Sure.
I'm part of the one.
I'm part of the one.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
So there are people like that.
Yes.
Yes. Let myself, I remember back in high school, and I wondered for a long time until I started getting information and knowledge as to how, peer pressure works and influence works.
Yeah, as I said, I tried weed only because
discipline
of
works.
it was because of peer pressure.
Yeah.
And I grew up in a family where they drink, all of them.
Yeah.
So I thought the only way to life was
through alcohol. Yeah. Very interesting stuff, man. Very interesting stuff. So, Ngonokogai, you've heard it first right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network. TK says, I'm also part of the one. I'm also part of the one. Very
TK sounds like he's trying so hard to convince himself.
No, but he's a friend of mine. And I know
okay. Good one. He must keep it that way then.
He doesn't smoke.
Then I hang out. Okay, now I belong to a certain church that they don't smoke, we don't drink.
Sure.
But I get groove.
Sure.
And you will never find me
being tempted to try. I see you. And that takes a lot of self-discipline and very cool, very, very cool stuff. So we've been spending some time with Just John, right? And Gerson Mutsumi, who is a dedicated social auxiliary worker at Clearview Clinic, a leading rehabilitation center committed to transforming lives affected by substance abuse. With a passion for healing and empowerment, Gerson provides compassionate support and structured guidance, helping clients navigate their recovery journeys with dignity and resilience. Very, very cool and interesting conversations, man. And we appreciate you guys coming through. So in closure, as Mototulanka marketing, talk to us. How do we reach out? How do we find Clearview? If I want to find John, if I want to find Gerson, how do I navigate that space?
I'd give you numbers.
Sure, absolutely. Social media, the works, please.
I mean, that's going to be quite a lot. So the easiest way, just Google Clearview Clinic, Drug and Alcohol Rehab Center. It will be up there at the top. Get into the website, you'll find everything in there.
Okay.
Emails, phone numbers.
Social media. All of those things.
Yeah.
So I type Clearview.
Clearview Clinic. Drug and Alcohol Rehab Center, or just Clearview Clinic.
Yeah.
So you'll just get it up there.
You heard it for yourself, Ngonokogai. So I'm sure even across social media platforms, Clearview Clinic, drug and alcohol abuse, right?
Yeah.
Rehabilitation Center. Okay. Yes. Clearview Clinic, Drug and Alcohol Rehabilitation Center. You heard it first, right? Ngonokogai, we've been talking for a while, almost 4 hours. The time right about now is 54 minutes after the hour 10 o'clock. That's almost 6 minutes before the hour 11 o'clock on a Thursday morning, the 24th of July, 2025. You've been spending some quality time with myself, the one and only MOOCEE Mist. My name is Musi Mist, and I was so happy and excited to have been both in your presence and in your company. God willing, both you and I and the rest of the team can see each other tomorrow bright and early, where we can give you your daily dose of positivity that is accompanied by an energetic start to the day, where radio meets TV, only and exclusively right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network. Stay safe, stay cautious, stay hydrated, and of course, stay warm. home because we're still in the dead of winter, and this weekend promises to have some rainy afternoons and rainy days. So with that being said, let me love and leave you, and God willing, like I said, you and I can spend some time tomorrow morning bright and early. With that being said, stay safe and I'll see you tomorrow. Cool stuff, man.